I do.
That's what you want. That's a good way to start the podcast.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like the way I burp?
It's a fetish. There's got to be people on the internet who would pay to listen to that ASMR.
Yeah, there are. There are.
You just know.
Yeah, because...
You're already aware.
Yeah,
Don't tell me how.
No, I will. I'll tell you how. There's a fun thing on Twitch where if people like arrive at your stream from somewhere else, you get to see where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know that there's these forums where people enjoy belching to a fetatory level.
I don't. Well, first of all, I don't know if fetatory is a word. So you're just on the forefront of the development of the English language at this point.
It's like predatory in feet. Or feta cheese.
Or fettuccine.
Yeah. But yeah, I went on there and they were like, hey, this guy burps a lot. You should check him out.
Oh my God.
So I stopped expelling gas as much as I could because it's not okay.
No, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I bet you felt like you were the victim of male gaze at that moment.
I did. I appreciated the viewership, but
I didn't.
didn't
At the time?
I was just trying not to explode.
My regular human bodily functions are not for your entertainment and sexual pleasure.
That's right.
My body, my choice.
Absolutely. Welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club. This is a podcast, a very progressive horror movie forward podcast where we talk about. Oh my God! You know what? This movie's probably not a good one to be bringing all this stuff up with.
Listen, I forgot a lot of things about this movie that pissed me off.
Look, trigger warning.
Yeah.
If you're triggered by turkey basters full of semen,
you're gonna buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up, buckle down, and plug your ears.
Make sure all of your buckles are buckled.
And also make sure you go to Grindhouse Movie Club on darkroastcult.com and listen to all the episodes there.
Right there is where you can listen to them.
That's where you go. There's a whole button there. It says podcast. And when you click that, there's 2 podcasts. Just go to the top one. Just go there and listen to this.
Because it'll be there.
Yeah.
By the time you hear this.
And also, by the time you're hearing this, there might be shirts there as well. You can click and look at those shirts. And it's really cool if you add them to your cart and then click buy. They come to you like in a couple weeks.
That's generally how exchanging money for services online works these days.
Yeah. Commerce. On the internet.
And you know what? A shirt is way more tangible than an NFT. So don't waste your money.
Oh boy, shirts are so fucking fungible that it should be illegal.
It should be.
It should be illegal to funge this hard.
How does every word in a certain placement in a sentence sound like fucking?
I don't
just
know.
All the time.
It's a talent, I guess. I just fucking grab the right word and put it in there and
my boss and I were trying to come up with synonyms for boat, and we ran the gamut, and then at the very end inevitably we came to skiff, which sounds like an announcement of ejaculation. I'm gonna skiff right now.
So what would be the past tense?
I skiffed.
No, it wouldn't be scoff.
That's better. I like that better.
Go clean my scoff off. Oh yeah, I don't like
Here's
that.
a towel for all that scoff.
I'm gonna need new bed sheets with all this scoff. Yeah.
Speaking of scoff, we watched Don't Breathe this week.
Before we talk about the scoff, also thanks Andrew for making the theme song. All right, back to the turkey baster talk.
Listen, eventually that's gonna come up. There's no choice.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay. Well, first of all, what was the movie?
Well, it was Don't Breathe.
It was Don't Breathe from 2016.
Yes, it was.
If there's any other Don't Breathes,
don't watch that one.
Yeah, watch the one.
I mean, maybe don't watch this one either, but if you want,
listen. Yeah. If you're on the fence about a turkey baster,
with a turkey baster that I nicknamed Clint Eastwood because its contents were dirty and hairy.
I don't know what sound to make. I'm so upset. It's both the funniest thing and the most upsetting thing I've ever heard, and I'm conflicted.
On the trivia page, it says that adding the hair inside was the director's personal choice.
Ugh.
So you have him to thank for that disgusting image.
Oh my God.
Why is there hair in it anyway?
To be honest,
drop it on the floor?
I won't lie, I didn't even notice the hair.
Yeah, when he's filling that fucking baster and it comes like toward the camera as it's filling, you can see hairs right on top.
I won't lie, I think I was looking down writing something because I was like, well, that's all the cum I need to see.
I've had my fill, and so is Jane Levy about to.
I'm not quite sure about the coloring and the consistency, but you probably also shouldn't be collecting it in a jar.
That, and don't just put it on the camping stove.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
Don't warm it up on the camping stove in the basement with no ventilation.
By the way, you can't just warm up. You just can't warm it up and then put it back in the freezer and expect it to keep.
100%. And then also, how do you know like what the adequate temperature for semen is for it to be the most potent?
Yeah, because like you don't want it to bubble. That's oh, all right. And and just like right first 6 minutes. Remember the pony jar?
The pony jar.
The pony jar.
No. Yes.
Okay, and now
My Little Pony jar.
We never need to talk about it again.
Yeah. No, that's
right.
it.
That's it.
We're there.
That's that.
If you weren't on the internet in like the darkest, seediest parts of the internet in like 2014, good.
Yep.
There was nothing worth seeing on there, and I feel traumatized.
You're gonna as
an adult.
You're gonna be just fine. Don't even Google it. Don't even
fucking
Google it.
Costly therapy bill for that guy.
Google it right now.
Google My Little Pony jar.
Don't. All right.
Go right ahead.
All right.
Be sure to have your safe search promptly off, otherwise you're gonna get something very different probably.
Do you have 2 sentences to spoil this film in?
It's actually just one.
Just one?
Don't fuck with Daredevil.
Don't fuck with Daredevil.
Mm-hmm. The guy in this movie he's basically Daredevil.
Exactly.
He's Daredevil if he had PTSD from the Gulf War instead of...
He's a more realistic Daredevil.
Yeah.
He's not flinging himself off of buildings and going... And like knowing where to land. He's
not like a bat or a dolphin.
He's just touching things around his house and dirtying the walls.
Yeah. Which, it's not like it matters because he can't see how filthy he's left his walls anyway. That place was fucking immaculately clean for somebody who can't see, period.
Well, he's probably just like, what do I need all these things for?
Did you say he's just throwing stuff out?
Yeah, he probably saves a whole bunch on electricity, too. He just flicks the power off.
Yeah, like, there's no point in having lights at all in your house when you're blind.
My 2 sentences were, mind your own business.
Yeah.
Like, just get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking and entering isn't a good way to support your family and move out to California.
No, it's not.
And also, like, what's in the basement is secrets. if there's a locked door, don't worry about it.
If there's a door with, like, 4 locks on it, chances are you don't want to know what's behind there.
Yeah, this person is keeping a secret, and that secret, it's not worth knowing.
No. It's generally going to be a horrible secret. Those locks aren't to keep you out; they're to keep it in.
And that's that. Great. So this is a Screen Gems film by Sony. I just like Screen Gems. Really, was this a gem? So is there a fucking gem to be gleamed here? Because I just saw a fucking jar of cum. This isn't like Fight Club or
this isn't a diamond we're polishing here.
It's not Citizen Kane. There's a jar of cum that gets heated up on a campfire stove.
At best, this is a disappointing geode of a gem.
Screen geode.
You crack the stone open and it's just a guy's face, sad.
Oh yeah. There was also, I saw the Ghost House logo or whatever. That's a skeleton looking through the.
I don't know what it is. Why do people think that keyholes are scary?
It's not the keyhole that's scary. It's probably the fact that you're in a house that has like an old ass keyhole. It's like, oh, this is an old house.
Yeah.
Look at that keyhole. Oh, skeleton.
If there's a keyhole that you can see through with your eyes, chances are there's asbestos in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So the greatest danger is getting cancer from inhaling dust.
This is why you don't go into old abandoned houses. Sometimes they're abandoned for a reason.
Well, here's the problem, right? Like, this movie's set in Detroit, which is 80% abandoned houses.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't think they had to dress the set at all. I think they
just like drove through Michigan and was like, there.
I don't even think there was permission asked because there's no people for miles.
Not a person to say, hey, I live here.
Yeah. Yeah, there was nobody to like walk around.
You don't even have to block the roads off to shoot outdoors. We'll find a neighborhood that the heroin addicts won't even go to. We'll film it there.
Boom. So that's Detroit. If you wonder what Detroit looks like,
picture a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Picture a lot of things that aren't being used anymore. Mm-hmm. A lot of they were built with the anticipation of being used.
Yeah.
And now they're just shells.
They sit empty and people go in them every so often, and it's never for any good reason.
Well, you're not allowed to do crack in the nice places.
No, you can't.
That's just the way it is. So this film opens on what I only can call Terrible Street.
Yeah.
The road's cracked, and it looks a lot like the alcoholic veins of a...
the varicose veins of an alcoholic?
The leg veins of an alcoholic. Just ruined with cracks, and just the guy dragging a body down the street in the daylight.
It's
as well.
In broad daylight, a homeless person dragging a body down the middle of the road.
Yep.
Now you're already taking a whole lot of chances. Now we later on learn that this man is blind, which means you have no way of knowing if there's anybody nearby to see what you're doing. The horrible crime that you're committing.
I didn't really think about that. He's just fucking like, what's this, a crime? Let me commit that right now.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
And I guess he probably at this point understands that he's the only person left in this neighborhood.
And I'm gonna very much point out why that makes some of the decisions that the characters in this movie make retarded.
Point them out for me.
Because I'm already mad. First of all, the guy who directed this movie also directed Evil Dead. And he's got the same
new one.
Yes, from 2013, I think.
Something like that.
And it's the same actress, the same main character.
Rocky.
The same final girl, if you will. I don't know why her name's Rocky in this movie.
I thought Rocky was the gangster dude. Turns out the gangster dude's name is Money, which I should have known. They weren't talking
because
about
of the dollar sign neck tattoo.
Yeah, see, I thought they were talking about getting the money, and they were like, well, where's money?
Yeah.
You can use grammar. It's okay. I don't mind. Well, I don't mind you say, where's the money?
It's a trio of burglars.
Well, yeah, and
they're not highly educated.
They don't hide the fact that they're burglars. They're all wearing leather gloves.
Yeah. You get to see that, and then you get the title, and then immediately they're breaking into a house at noon.
And they're counting down an alarm as well. But yeah, they're all wearing leather gloves, like they just got done driving a Porsche in Italy.
They wear gloves despite the fact that Money, when he enters the house illegally, is getting his juicy spit apple all like a DNA all over. Then he takes his dick out and pisses.
What did he? I thought he was just spraying water around.
Takes his dick out and pisses in the living room.
I didn't see the dick.
And it's like later on in the movie they complain about like, our blood's all over this house and we can't call the cops. It's gonna come right to us. How about the piss and spit in the last house that you robbed?
Come on, Money. Get your shit together.
Money's got a shit attitude from the very beginning of this film.
Yeah, he does. Money's first of all, Money's the worst friend.
Yes, he is.
We'll get to that when we get to that. Fuck Money. I'm glad Money's dead. Sorry for spoiling it. But somebody with the name Money wasn't going to make it through the film very far.
No.
Especially when in this film, they're not supposed to be stealing money. Mm-hmm. Why would you bring Money along? Money, he's after one thing, and it's money. He's got money on his mind and his mind on his money.
He fucking loves money so much he named himself Money.
Yeah, because nobody was like, well, Richard over here. Oh, you know what? Let's call him Money.
Yeah.
We got too many Richards in our friend group.
Money rolls off the tongue more nicely. This guy was like, my name's fucking Money, and you're gonna call me Money. And you can guess about my hobbies just based on that. You need
to see my ID? It's Money! And he just fucking pulls out a dollar bill. There it is,
There's
bitch.
My fucking ID right there.
Money. So yeah, just this in case there's any confusion. We got Alex, the regular just
Alex, who is I believe is a character in one of your least favorite movies that I made you watch, which is The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Oh, is he the fucking kid in that movie?
I believe he is the kid in that movie.
That is the worst film, and that ginger fuck. Oh, I hate that movie so bad.
I realize right away that I've been going too easy on you with the slow burn thinker horror movies.
Oh my god, it's not even a horror movie. It's like here's a ginger kid. He's just there, and now your family's paralyzed.
Having your family get paralyzed to death spiritually. I mean, there's something scary.
Not really. He's just kind of there. He's like, oh, this isn't even Children of the Corn.
Oh my god,
I'm just a kid.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So fuck that kid. Fuck that movie.
Alex Money, Rocky, and The Blind Man.
Yeah, I'm really glad because all I did was write Old Man, and I know exactly who I'm writing about when I wrote that.
They didn't give him a fucking name in the movie.
Didn't need to. Who's gonna be talking to him?
They had a bunch of opportunities to do that.
Oh yeah, when they open his birthday card and it says to Jim.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well his name is Jim. No, they're just like, he's some fucking old blind guy. We're in his house.
Well, like, at one point, there's a newspaper article where they talk about the Gulf War thing and the fact that his daughter was killed in a car accident. Mm-hmm. And then they're talking about him on the news at the end of the movie. And at no point do they mention his actual fucking goddamn name.
Well, maybe he was like, please redact that. For my privacy.
I'm AWOL. I don't want the CIA to find me.
Yeah.
I didn't write a whole lot about the first burglary because there wasn't a whole lot to write.
No, there isn't really. You find out through the burglary that they're there to steal less than 10 grand because it's like a bigger crime after 10 grand.
Yeah, it's larceny at that point.
No money, just valuables. And then like you find out later that, they're doing this because Alex's dad is like, I don't know, in charge of the security company or it's his security company, but he's got all the information.
The way that you find that out is kind of pretty ham-fisted.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
You get like this unnecessarily sentimental music when Alex gets home from burgling. And it's just an empty house because his dad's at work making money so that they can live.
Protecting the houses he's burglarizing.
Yeah. So he has a home security company and for some reason keeps a master key of every house that he provides an alarm system for. I've never heard of that.
I would be uncomfortable with that.
100%. Oh, so not only have you installed my AT&T, but now you could just come in and out when you want. That's why I got the AT&T. To prevent that exact thing from happening.
Yeah, but I want to be able to fuck with that, so I got the master key.
Creepy. Especially in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
Knowing that just a guy has a key to your house.
You know what? By the way, like, there's, first of all, why does he need the key?
Mm-hmm.
When somebody's breaking into my house, you know who I'm not calling? Is fucking Alex's dad. Hey, Rick! Somebody in the house, you want to bring that key by and just, I don't know, clock him? No, I'm going to be calling the police who will bring a thing that opens the door because it's a big stick that they just jam in there.
Really, all I need is the person who's in my house out of the house. Yeah. I'm not going to be calling the head of the company. No, the police are coming. The dumbest part about the fact that he's got all these keys in a drawer is that the drawer is locked, but the key to that drawer is just under the lamp right on top of the drawer. Maybe hide it better.
Honestly, it could fall out of the lamp thing and fall into the lock.
It sure could.
And that would
unlock,
be that.
And then now you just have keys accessible whenever.
Like, that's how close it is. It's in danger of unlocking itself.
For somebody who runs a home security company, he sure doesn't know how to handle his own home security.
Oh my god. And this is hopefully not the hands everybody's putting their home security in. I'm upset by this.
And let's raise another point about the fact that this guy, so at no point does he clue into the fact that all of the houses that he's providing security systems for are getting procedurally robbed.
And it's the same exact robbery every time.
Yeah, the MO is the same every time. He doesn't just go, I wonder if my shithead son is going into these houses. Occam's razor. A little bit.
Seems like everybody on my list alphabetically is being robbed. And
I'm the only one with the extra keys. And I'm not doing it.
I show up and the place has already been robbed, despite the alarm set off moments ago. It's just interesting that they threw a rock through there and were able to rob the whole house in like the 5 minutes it took me to hobble my ass to my car and drive down here. What the fuck?
That's weird, huh? Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
You know, I wonder who my son's hanging around with. Oh, it's a guy named Money? I might want to put some twos together here as a professional.
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to, despite going to these calls on a weekly basis, insist on installing any sort of, I don't know, cameras for security.
Oh.
Even though I'm in charge of the security.
Yeah.
Of the
cameras
house.
would probably be a good addition.
No.
To the package I sell these people.
I'm going to enjoy this business that I've got here where I install security and then that security is garbage because their house gets broken into.
I can go to a Staples right now and get a Ring camera and have better security than he's providing.
I mean, good on his son for keeping it in the family, though.
Yeah.
Just providing business for his old man.
Actually, you know what? In a way, he's doing the opposite. Because he's like, well, I bought this system from you and my house still got busted into. I think I'll go with somebody else this time. So he's undermining his own ability to eat food for dinner.
Oh, my God. This kid is really shitting where he eats.
And he's like, I want to go to California with you, Rocky. This guy is just a fucking incel the whole movie. Alex is a simp for this poor woman who's like a female Eminem at home.
Oh, my God. It's like she lives on 8 Mile.
Dude. It's exactly like that.
They don't say she lives on 8 Mile, but when you look around, it's like, holy shit, this smells like 8 Mile.
What's 8 Mile smell like? Motor oil and failure.
I was going to say poverty.
Yeah. So the same thing I said.
Poverty and white supremacy.
Yeah. 50 shots of shitty Detroit, just in case you were wondering how shitty Detroit is.
Mm-hmm. Just a reminder, it's in Detroit, and this whole thing is they're trying to get money so they can get out of Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't know how expensive it is to leave Detroit.
It's probably as cheap as a train ticket.
I feel like you could probably just walk.
You could walk anywhere else.
Yeah, there's literally anywhere else to go. Just go.
Yeah. Find one intact house, you're out of Detroit. That's how you know.
Why do you need thousands of dollars to leave?
Let alone millions.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Get a job.
A shitty diner job for a month and a half and then take the bus.
Leave your home where it sucks.
Yep.
And move in with these 2 friends you've got. Everybody gets a job at a diner. Mm-hmm. You work together.
It's going to be hard for Money to get a job at a diner with all his tattoos on his face and neck.
He washes the dishes.
Yeah, he does.
He certainly doesn't count the fucking money. I would never let money near money.
Well, my name's Steven, but, my friends call me Money. All right. You don't get the lockup keys. I need to watch you leave every day before I close.
I'm going to need everybody to line up in order of least offensive nickname to most offensive nickname. Let's go. So we got Rabbit.
Yeah, that's good.
Periwinkle.
Well, Rabbit probably works pretty fast.
Exactly.
Periwinkle, I mean, that's an unassuming purple.
And
cool.
It's great. Sure, you could. That's very much Money. With the neck tattoos and the gun.
I think I'll have Rabbit count the till at the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely. And Periwinkle can fucking hold Money back and keep him busy.
Yeah.
While the fucking safe is open.
Fuck's sake, Money.
So here we are, in just a dirty old garage.
Yeah.
In just a car park with an Eastern European or a Russian guy in a shady van.
I was confused by this situation because it's Money trying to set up another heist with a guy. He goes to this guy to flip the jewelry that he steals from houses, and then he gets tips on other houses from him. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, though. Alex has the list in a drawer.
Yeah.
We don't need to go to the dirty Russian back of the van Rolex peddler for the next house to case.
Especially when he's giving
Hey, Alex, what's the next key? What's the next key down to the left from the last key you used?
Yeah, let's just go in order.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Left. We'll go right to left so that everybody's confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you'd go to the guy who's also ripping you off.
Yeah.
If you have to complain about how much he's giving you, and then he's like, well, here, go rob this place for me. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Go rob that place yourself,
He's
shithead.
complaining about the fact that it's really hard to fence a Rolex. Okay, but here's the thing, though. It's probably not. You live in Detroit. Here's the thing about impoverished African-American individuals, right? They like their drip.
Well, that's fair.
If I don't have to pay $15,000 for a Rolex and I only have to pay $1,000, I'm gonna do that.
But you know what's wild?
You get to set your own price point as long as it's like $1,000 less than the store.
Rolexes, they're like serial numbered every like individual piece.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So there's no point in stealing a watch that's traceable, like fucking forensic files.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and it's like a Lamborghini.
So like, you got to take it to a fucking, what do they call it? Just a watchsmith? Do they have a different kind of name? The people who fix a shithead watch when it breaks?
It's certainly not a watcher or a watchy, maybe a watchy down under.
Okay, you go
to Australia, go to a watchy.
You go to the watchy, and that's where your money goes. That's why money is not getting his due financially from these transactions, because you got to take it to a guy who now has to grind off the serial numbers from microscopic parts. That probably takes you a day and a half.
Oh yeah.
And you got to pay his wage.
Yeah, and
otherwise he's going to leave one on.
And he's got to have those tiny little tools. Those aren't cheap.
I've seen a video of a watch being cleaned, like all the parts inside. Looks like a shitty job.
You know what I do?
What?
I just either dip it in water, or I just switch it out for a new watch and be like, look what it did. Look at that. It's like new, eh?
Because it is.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if I had that job, I would lose 100% of the parts inside that watch.
Oh, yeah.
I look away for 2 seconds and the watch is half gone.
You sneeze, all the screws.
Bye.
I feel like you'd need a magnetic table.
100% you would.
Just like give the watch back. It's like 2 parts in there, and it's just like half, just like a cog, and just like a.
Well, you know what they say. It's still going to be right twice a day.
You know what else they say is it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
And look at your watch right now.
It's like noon.
Here's a beer. You drink to forget. Yeah.
Right after, so he gets the fucking tip about the house, and then we go to a diner.
1837 Buena Vista Boulevard.
Yeah. I want to point out that they're discussing how insane this heist is. Okay, we got this blind guy. He's an ex-war vet. Well, they don't know he's blind yet, but we got this guy. He's an ex-war vet. He lives alone, and he's got $300,000 from a settlement for his dead daughter. Let's take it. Also, first, terrible thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's all he has left. He probably positions the cash in the shape of a daughter and cuddles it at night.
He fills one of those like big long pillows.
Yeah, with the body pillow.
Yeah,
full of money.
Body pillow full of money, but it's got like a print on it, and it's like.
Why would it? You can't see it.
You're not wrong, but it would have his daughter's face like pasted over like
for the sentiment,
an anime maid.
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't know it's an anime maid. He's like, she's dressed conservatively, right? She's on her way to church.
Yes,
absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Just fucking with him about it.
Yeah.
Just like a nude kid. Yeah, no, it looks like your daughter. I promise.
Jesus Christ.
The point that I was trying to make, though, is that they're like loudly screaming about this crime they're going to commit in public.
Yeah.
At 1 p.m.
Well,
and I get it that nobody wants chicken parms from this fucking restaurant, but like, there's got to be people working at it. There's somebody in the back fucking just frying up eggs like, oh, what's that? A $300,000 heist?
I feel like in Detroit, you keep your nose down, you fry your eggs, and you get home safe.
Fair enough.
You don't go, hey, so this guy's named Money? Hey, get him. No, he's got a gun.
Yeah, he does have a gun.
Let's not forget, Money has a gun. It's Detroit. I'm scared. I didn't want to scared.
That's just that should be like, welcome to Detroit. I'm scared. Right on the side as you drive into the city.
A money motherfucker, and he just like pulls it up, and there's his gun. No. Nobody's fucking with anybody. It's Detroit. You could talk about any crime you want. And there's somebody in the next table over being like, yeah, well, I murdered somebody.
It's just a one-upsmanship all across Detroit for horrible criminality.
Oh, you're robbing a blind man of his fucking legal settlement from his dead daughter?
One time I fucked a blind man in the face just cuz.
I broke into a hospital and I stole a ventilator right out from under a dead kid. So,
I just wanted to get high on oxygen.
So yeah, I feel like they just don't have a problem there. However, they're just like, yeah, he's a war vet loner, and he lives in the ghost town part of Detroit. So like, what? Where?
Anywhere in Detroit that's not the middle.
I'm gonna need a map.
Yeah, please.
Please pinpoint, because
let's narrow it down to a 1-block radius, please.
Is it the part with the Bears, where the Bears have taken back Detroit, and not like the team, which I think is from Chicago?
I believe.
Yeah, no, these are literal like
actual
Grizzlies,
bears
who are not after honey.
Yeah, they've taken over the wilderness that has become most neighborhoods in Detroit. Detroit's basically I Am Legend, that Will Smith movie. He's just in Times Square shooting a deer in the face.
Yeah, no, he's just down by the Market Square in this like suburb of Detroit.
What's that? A wolf? That makes sense.
Well, at least it's waiting for the red.
Wolves don't jaywalk?
While they're in the place they're talking about this thing. He's like, yeah, this guy got a $300,000 settlement. And the guy's like, no, settlement.
Yeah. Blow me, and this is the second time that he calls him some kind of fucking a court-related.
Blow me, Your Honor.
Yeah, and then earlier when he's talking about no cash, just valuables, he's like, thanks, Judge Judy. Maybe don't chirp the guy who's facilitating your robberies for you.
He's just trying to help you out, money.
He's the only reason why you've made any. Treat him with a little respect.
Yeah.
And also, don't dangle the fact that you're fucking the chick that he wants so bad over his head all movie.
For real.
Because that's all he does. He's like, yeah, just so you know, that I know you like her. I know you like Rocky. I'm fucking the shit out of her. I got my knuckle tattoos stuffed deep in her puss, huh? So how about you just hang around in the friend zone?
That's almost word for word what he says.
Guess what, dude? I'm getting some new friends.
So this is their last job.
Yeah.
Their one last job.
And how many times have you heard somebody say one last job and either they die or they just continue to do more jobs?
It's never one last job.
It's like a bag of Lay's chips.
What are you gonna do with $300,000?
You remember?
What are you gonna buy half a house? Right. One last job.
In Detroit, you could buy half the city.
One last job, and then you gotta work in a Waffle House. Great.
We're gonna go to LA where $300,000 can buy me a tent outside a house.
I'll be working at Denny's, but
yeah, perfect.
That old blind man, thank God he doesn't have that money that he was
doing nothing. He doesn't. What?
He was buying couch cushions.
Yeah, that's it. He was buying couch cushions and sleeping bags.
The man was
suspicious amount of couch cushions.
Man was rich with couch cushions.
Yeah, he was, and everybody knows your business because you need help to do anything. It's like you're walking into a store and it's like, can you point me toward the couch cushions? Yeah, which ones were you looking for? Well, obviously I don't really care about color as much as quantity. Give me all of them.
Just walking into a thrift store. Where are your couch cushions? Oh, you need like a love seat. No,
the cushions.
I'm building a fort.
The best fort ever.
I would not call it that considering its contents.
Well, no. I mean, that would be your alibi.
So Alex is out. He's not interested in this heist.
Yeah, at all.
Not at all.
And that really bums Rocky out, so she goes home to her shitty trailer park with her shitty mom. Yeah,
and you get I don't know if it was Rocky or Money being like, "Come on, we got to do this." He tries to guilt trip.
It was it was Money.
He throws
doing
the guilt.
Pulling his fucking heartstrings thing with the text message like, "I need to get her out of Detroit, please.
Come on, it's for Rocky.
Be a pal."
Oh, she wants to get to Detroit, and you're like, "Well, why? What's so bad about Detroit?"
I'm here.
Yeah, and then we find out. She lives in a trailer.
She lives in, well, not the greatest environment, Matt.
No, there's a lot of swastika tattoos per capita.
Yeah.
It's more than one.
The gross domestic product here is swastika tattoos. And her mom, so she's got a kid. She's got a younger sister who's dark-skinned for literally no reason. I don't know what happened where when Rocky's dad left both her and her mom, apparently that makes you racist.
I don't know.
Because she must have banged like a Mexican or something in order to get that skin tone.
Look, I'm going to tell you, I have no idea.
Anyway, she obviously doesn't have the greatest choice in men because she's dealing with basically just a weird racist pimp. Yeah,
he's got the swastika hand tattoos. Which is like
smoking indoors.
Oh yeah, in a trailer.
Yeah, so it's
barely indoors. But yeah, I think once you get that swastika hand tattoo, you're fucking committed because that's like the most visible part of your body.
You want everybody to know your business.
Oh yeah. Like you could get a rose there, but no, he got the symbol of hate.
Yep. I want to make sure that every job interview, anytime I go to church, I get my own pew to myself.
It's like whenever I flip the bird, there's also that extra swastika there to be like, don't even.
Fuck you, and also I hate black people.
Yeah, fuck you and everybody of your race is what that says.
I couldn't even shake that hand.
Anyway,
Rocky's just trying to be a nice older sister.
She's just
there.
Trying to live her life. She's making
some num-nums for her sister.
Yeah.
And then her mom goes, where you been all the time, eh? I know you got money. Your lips look a little swollen. You sucking dick?
That is, she doesn't say that, but she certainly does do the hand gesture in front of her child.
Hey, my daughter, are you sucking dick on the street? That's what you go to? You don't go to, like, were you kissing a boy?
You got enough cum money for pizza? I know you got money. I don't. You want to order me and my white supremacist some pizza?
Yeah. No tomato sauce. It's too colored. Only white cheeses on the pizza. It's 4-cheese pizza, only white ones.
And about this time,
this kid's name is Diddy. I want you to know that.
The kid's name is Diddy.
Yeah. Oh. Her younger sister's name is Diddy.
P or?
Oh, I don't know.
Lil?
Big.
Oh, yeah.
Big Diddy.
Big Diddy.
Most kids want to be firefighters or like policemen. She just wants to drown and get eaten by sharks while surfing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to be a surfer in California so bad because that's safe.
Yeah, she's about the age where I don't think you should be letting her try her dreams out yet because she's still like young enough to like get fucking knocked out by a wave and go, I hate this.
Yeah, or die.
I brought you to California so you could become a pro surfer.
This is where you have to start.
This is it. This is all you got, kid.
This is what it's like. I'll send you back.
By about this time, Alex is like, yeah, all right, I'm in. He sends a text, which means he gives into peer pressure really easy.
Oh, yeah,
which means we can get him to smoke and drink like that.
Just so easily.
He's going to fold and he's going to be fucking...
All it takes is a little, come on, man.
Come on.
We're all doing it.
It's for Rocky. Fucking take a puff and have a beer, buddy.
It's for Rocky, which is like the worst argument ever because he's not even getting puss.
No. And there's not a chance. Money makes sure of that. So, yeah. She was like, yeah, you know what? You want to be a surfer so bad? I'm going to steal you and take you to California.
Yeah. How about I kidnap you and take you across straight lines, thus committing a felony?
Like, oh, Jesus. If she had said she'd want to be an astronaut, would you be like, well, we're going to go to Florida then? We'll just get you on a spaceship. See how you like it.
We'll just strap a bunch of fireworks to her dress and light them.
Oh, my God.
She wants to be an astronaut.
So we get the stakeout scene.
Yeah. This is where I start to get mad already.
Yeah? Is it where Roxanne reveals that she's been locked in a trunk when she cries about her missing father?
It's very weird to me that you just drop, hey, I got a tattoo of a ladybug. First of all, exhibiting the worst tattoo aftercare I've ever seen. She got that shit the night before. She's already picking at it in the car. She took that second skin right off, and she's just going at it with her fucking dirty Detroit fingernails, telling this horrible story of abuse.
Yep.
And then once I get it, I'm going to go to California, and I'm going to get it colored in, and that's the last time I mark my body. The fuck does that mean? What does that even mean?
I think you know.
Get some sick tattoo. You're fucking in California. The best tattoo artist in California, probably.
I think you know.
I don't though. Oh no! Because cutting. Yeah, you said you did that just now.
I pointed
you put me on the train and you got me to that destination.
I sure did.
I guess you don't really get to see her wrists much throughout the movie.
No, but
so how would you know?
She also has another hand tattoo of like a tree.
Yes, that's true.
So what's the story there?
Growth.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's all I need to hear.
Look at the branches, not the roots.
Hey.
Army of one?
When you're
no days off?
When you're locked in a trunk, that's like the pine tree of the car. I imagine it was a car trunk. Like the pine scent.
That's funny as shit. I remember that trunk. I wanted to get a trunk tattooed.
I looked through the crevice where the back seat was, and all I'd see is that pine tree swinging. So I got this pine tree tattoo right there.
To remind me of my PTSD every day when I look in the mirror or down. That's good. That's what you want. Why would you want to remember that? Why would you want to get a ladybug tattoo? Yeah, because the ladybug flew in the hole in the dirty, filthy Detroit trunk and kept me company. You know what? That ladybug probably just smelled hot body inside of a crevice and went, I'm hungry.
You're not wrong. Honestly, it's just a ladybug living its life.
Yeah.
And it's probably like, I need to get away from hawks and stuff. So here's a place I can start ruining by being a bug. So
the only, it's never really explained why Alex is tagging along like a white knight
and they
with these two dirtbags.
They refer to him as like the new blood or something like that a bunch of times. Like they've been doing this forever and they've befriended this kid whose dad is
You're providing an easily accessible list of homes to break into.
Yeah.
But like, you don't really get much backstory about it.
Not really.
Like, how did you run into these people? Why did you agree to do things? And it can't just be because you find her eyes cute.
Yeah.
Because you're committing crimes.
Yeah, you can't be pulling off to her Instagram story.
He does say that, doesn't he?
Oh, he sure does.
Oh my God.
So we find out that this guy owns a huge-ass dog.
Yeah, right away, out.
Yep.
Especially when it's a Rottweiler.
Mm-hmm. And when it's the kind that like drool a heap, that that's going to be a problem.
I'm not... Clearly these people don't have VHS machines or have seen the movie Cujo.
Yeah.
Because dogs are fucked when they get big.
They are. When they get Cujo big.
And if this blind guy needs a dog, chances are it's not for companionship.
When they find out that he's blind, they basically high five. They're just like, oh, hell yeah. We got this.
Oh, fuck. The fucking Money makes some comment about like, oh, dude can't see, huh? It's fine. So when I get mad here is it's 4 blocks of empty houses. Right, they established that it's a ghost town area. There's nothing around. Nothing's making a sound other than cicadas and the occasional heroin addict coughing. So let's case the place in the loudest fucking Trans Am ever manufactured.
Yeah.
Let's park right across the street from this guy's house so that when we peel out of here, he hears a vehicle for the first time in 10 years.
You're like very lucky he's blind.
That's not going to put him on his toes at all.
They didn't know he was blind, though.
No, they didn't.
So they're literally just sitting there in the one place where there's never been people.
Yeah. A wide open alley in broad daylight staring right at the house they're about to rob.
So if he's not blind, he's going to look at his window and go, people.
Yep. That's weird here.
That car hasn't been there ever.
I better double and triple check my locks.
I wonder if somebody's moving in next door.
Doubt it.
I wonder why they're just looking at my house.
I don't see a realtor.
But no, they get lucky he's blind.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And yet, despite the fact that he's blind, they go in at nighttime.
Yeah.
Like it matters.
I really enjoy where their whole, like, their little dispute where it's like, it's 2 a.m., the lights are off, he's asleep.
Yeah.
Is he?
It doesn't make a lick of difference if the lights are on or off in that house at any time of day.
Nope.
He could be doing dishes.
It really, he could be in there just walking around.
Yeah. He sure could.
He could be reading a book. You don't know.
They try one door and find out that he's got fucking 3 or 4 locks on that door. Again, probably don't rob this house because that's too many locks for a hinged person to have.
Oh, yeah.
You're out of hinges if you need that many locks.
Worst case, there's booby traps.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Probably. And I mean, like, I'm sure they're sound activated.
Probably. Or they, like, a lot of those, like, tripwires. He's like a spider where he knows where all the wires are.
He's Sandra Bullock in Entrapment.
He steps around it. Exactly.
Is it Sandra Bullock? I'm pretty sure it is.
I've never seen Entrapment, but it sounds like what I'm describing.
I know at least Anthony Hopkins is in there.
Okay, well, I mean,
Silence of the Lambs was a good movie.
It was a solid movie, which we'll probably never do because there's not enough podcast in the world for that 3-hour movie.
So that's I was thinking there's a couple movies that are like 3 hours long that I would like to do, but fuck, man,
I don't got enough notebook.
No,
for Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. So they can't get in that way. They find a storm door with a latch that's locked, so they can't get in that way. And then Rocky goes, "Hey, let me just shimmy up this fucking into this bathroom window on the 2nd floor." I don't know how much people know about like when you lose one sense, the rest of your senses are heightened. Right?
I'm really glad you're bringing this up.
This guy just fucking for half the movie he hears like an owl, and then for the other half he doesn't hear a fucking thing for no reason. So Rocky breaks a fucking window to get in on the top floor where he sleeps likely.
So yeah, it's I don't know if it's on the top floor, but she definitely breaks through a window.
Yeah, even if it's not on the top floor, either way.
It's 2 a.m.
Yes.
So if he's not sleeping, he's at least up for a piss already.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's that making all the sound. You brought all that up. This fucking dog, though, they pill the dog.
Yeah.
That dog's been barking this whole time and now is suddenly never barking again.
Fantastic point. I thought of that as well.
The
whole time they're walking up to the house, you could hear the fucking dog barking outside.
Oh yeah, so that's obviously the dog barking.
Yeah.
And it just barks.
If that guy wakes up at any point in the night, why don't I hear my dog?
Yeah, exactly. Why do I hear broken glass and footsteps?
And not my dog.
And exactly.
Rocky makes a point once she gets in the house and unlocks the door for him to tell them to take their shoes off, despite the fact, first of all, she didn't right away when she gets in the house. She only has 30 seconds to deactivate the alarm with the little remote thing. She takes her sweet-ass bitch time climbing down and finding that alarm system. She's like quietly ambling through the house, but 15 of those 30 seconds were spent just getting down from the window.
I'm going to tell you something right now,
Yeah, tell me right away.
If I ever pay for a security system to be installed in my house,
yes,
and I find out there is a device that disables it from a distance,
thus defeating the purpose of having it,
I will kill somebody.
Here's the thing, right? If they had known where the alarm system was, you didn't even need to be inside the house. You could have gone up to the front door and just poked the remote like up to the window and hit the button from there.
Yup.
Stupidest invention ever. Also, why does he have it? Why are you leaving that in the hands of the guy who also has the key to get into your house?
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
No.
That device doesn't need to exist.
No.
Because, again, that defeats the whole purpose. Because you don't... Oh, yeah, I trust that device is in the hands of somebody that is reasonable, responsible. That person hasn't been murdered, and now that device is just being...
Exactly. Also, like, it's the size of a Roku TV remote. I could just leave that on the kitchen counter or something at a diner. By mistake. I could just they could fall out of my fucking pocket as I'm walking to the convenience store to get cigarettes. Hey, what's this? A remote that deactivates 50 houses security systems in the city?
That device better not exist, is my whole point.
Oh my god, dude.
And also, if you walk up to a house and the front door has got 5 locks on it.
And the side door's got 3.
4 of them you, like, didn't know about.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't, why would you think that there's going to be a point of entry on the house that he didn't put something in front of?
A great point. Bars on all the windows. Except for one bathroom window.
He's thought enough to put extra locks on there. He's probably got all kinds of shit all over the place.
It's probably a front door and then 2 other doors.
For God's sake.
And they're like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre sliding metal door.
He's got secrets to hide.
Yeah, he does.
But no, they break right in there, fuck around with this deaf guy. Who cares?
Poverty is too hot of a topic.
I think I called him. He's not deaf. He's blind. I think I called him deaf.
That's fine. Which one would you rather be?
Blind.
I choose deaf.
You choose deaf?
I need to see where I'm going, man. I already am a clumsy oaf. I'm gonna be tripping over everything.
I feel like if I'm blind, I can just sit here and be like, whew.
Sure can't see.
That's fine.
What an excuse to not do anything for the rest of your life.
You're giving me responsibility?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Well, I just dropped the responsibility on the floor.
Help!
That's every day in the life of a blind person. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm sure blind people are very resourceful. I see myself dropping something and I'm like, well, there it goes.
Yeah, no, that's just where that is now forever.
If somebody doesn't put it in my hand, I'm not going to find it. Gone. But yeah, so I would be, I just wouldn't bother. I'd be like, oh, this house is locked up. Fucking tight as a button. I'm out of here.
At no point does Alex, because Alex is the one with the remote, and goes, Rocky, here's the remote. And he doesn't at any point go, this is how you use it. She just instinctively knows how to use it. What if you accidentally press the button that activates the alarm instead? Just have a quick course. Have a quick training course on using the remote.
Well, let's assume that they've used it before in one of their other big heists.
They haven't, because she didn't know what it was when he handed it to her. What's that? She says.
That's a COVID test. Please take it.
You press this button down and inhale.
Yeah, I got nothing for you. Maybe there's 2 buttons and one's got a picture of an alarm and one's got a picture of a dude being like, you're safe.
So this blind guy would have no use for his remote.
Exactly.
I also noticed that when Rocky gets into the house, also when he when she lets Money and Alex into the house, there's just light. It's broad daylight. They go in at 2 a.m. It's light outside.
I didn't notice that.
Every single window has light coming in.
I didn't notice.
And I understand, like, some people might make the argument, okay, well, there's, street lights that are super bright at night, and people's porch lights maybe. Nope. His is the only porch light on, but he's blind, so I don't know why they would do that. And there's, like, light coming in from every direction. So they shot it in the day.
It's funny. I didn't notice that, so they did a good job. That's fine.
I did.
Before they all break in, this is when they have that that talk that pissed me off.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't even.
That's my bitch in there.
You don't even care about her. That's my bitch. Of course I give a fuck.
Yeah.
Don't you? You better not fucking jerk off to her.
Here's the thing, right? The best way to show people that you care about your girlfriend is to call them a bitch when they're not in the room.
Oh yeah. And then be like, hey, I'm going to dangle her in front of you because I know you want to get some.
Yeah.
And now it's too late for you to say no. You better not jerk off.
You better not go home and jerk off.
You better not
I swear to God, if I catch you jerking off, if I even hear about you jerking off again.
If you are jerking off about her, I am.
Yeah, you're in trouble. How would he ever know? You know what? If I was Alex, I'd be like, you know what? Just out of spite, I'm going to jerk off twice. I'm going to jerk off once to her Instagram, pop a coldie, and then rub a second smaller one out if I have enough.
I would be like, I'm going home to jerk off right the fuck now. Peace.
I don't even care about the money. I got one thing on the brain. It's jerking off. So yeah, she fucking
shitty friends.
She goes shoes off when they get in the house. She had already tracked a piece of glass through the house on the bottom of her shoes.
Yeah, and so this heightened sensory blind man didn't hear a thing though.
No, I find it weird also that like they called so much attention to the fact that she tracked a piece of glass through on the bottom, but it never comes up again. You never hear about that shard of glass ever again.
It's a red heron.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple, I guess. This is, while they're exploring the house, they do a long take for no reason.
Oh, they make sure you see a lot of things.
The point is, in a long take, to not have it be boring. Don't do it for just no reason. When you can achieve the same things by cutting, it defeats the purpose of doing a long... Hey, I want to do a long take because it's artsy and cool in my movie. That's what that screams to me.
Well...
The most important thing that you see during this take, though, is the tool wall.
The tool wall and the fact that the basement door has a heavy-duty lock on it. But yeah, they're just like...
They show the viewer that even though they're walking past this basement door, which if I was a burglar, I'd be like, oh, well, that's where the important shit is, right behind that door. They don't notice it for like 5 minutes after that.
Yeah, they do the same... it's the same thing like when you find out that Alex's dad is the security guy. When... he minimizes something on the computer and...
The dude's got a bouncy screensaver like a DVD pause menu.
And it says
home security on it.
It's that and also a picture of him and his dad's got a security outfit on. That's the background.
Why don't you beat me over the head with this piece of information?
He might as well have had a sticky note atop that and is like, remember, you're the security guard. Don't forget security stuff.
He's got fucking a stone and in it is impressed, I heart security. That's his desk ornament.
Just a mug that's like, world's best security enforcement officer for Detroit. Several houses. Don't forget the key is right in plain sight. Right up above in the lamp. Might as well have said that.
On a flimsy magnet.
Yeah.
On a flimsy magnet that an earthquake would knock off. Like a fucking category, whatever, an F. It's not Fujita scale because that's tornadoes. Richter scale is what it is.
Wait, is Fujita...
Magnitude 1.5.
Fujita scale's a real thing?
Yeah. The Fujita scale is what measures tornado size.
It's like, that's not like a power level thing?
No, because it's spelled with an F and not a V.
All right, I'm in. That's fine with me.
I don't know. So Fujita is also a Japanese name, so I don't know if there's some relation there. If they're like, okay, we're going to call him that because he's a whirlwind.
Well, maybe just like, Dr. Fujita was just like, hey, I got this tornado scale thing locked.
We're good. And then whoever made Dragon Ball Z was like, hey, I like that guy.
Exactly, yeah. This tornado's moving at 8 Fujitas, which is not to be mistaken for fajitas, which are sizzling.
Mm-hmm. Tornadoes don't sizzle as much as they do spin.
But they
sizzle power lines.
They're very similar in the way where they get a lot of attention when they're in a restaurant.
Oh, fuck. That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
Fuck, I love
Amazing.
I love ordering fajitas.
Holy shit. You tied everything together in a nice little bow.
Thank you.
I don't know, getting back to this fucking movie, why they chose to burgle the oldest, creakiest house in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, every footfall makes a sound no matter where you are in the house. If I'm walking around and I hear myself, I'm leaving.
This old man is going to know every floor creak in the entire house because he's blind. He's got nothing better to do than walk around.
And memorize every floorboard.
Yeah. Okay, there's that one foot.
I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, perfect.
Living room.
But yeah, he's I don't understand how he doesn't pick up. I guess you find out he's got like some VHS tape playing upstairs of his dead daughter.
The fucking there's a lot of moments where, like, even though I'm destitute and I'm desperate for money, I'm in impoverished Detroit, I don't want the bad karma of taking $300,000 at least from a man who goes to sleep to the audio of his dead daughter.
Where's that money?
Oh, fuck. I'll go somewhere else for money. This man needs to be left alone.
Yeah, for real. You crack that door open. Shit.
Sorry, dude, wrong house.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, he cracks the door open, and I didn't understand what he was doing at first. I thought he was putting like an Alka-Seltzer tablet in his bottle of water that was going to be like a sedative if he... Say he like woke up, he's like, where's my bottle of water?
Thirsty. He does say earlier he's got a chlorobomb.
Oh.
So he's got a dissolvable tablet that when you put it in water, it turns into chloroform gas.
And that better not be a real thing, because how is that not just going off everywhere?
That shit, if it is a real thing, it's as illegal as date rape.
Oh, it has to be. It's got to be worse. But yeah, he puts it in his bottle,
puts the thing in,
and instead of just
puts the cap on.
Instead of just leaving the cap off,
makes noise by poking a pen through plastic.
Oh, look over it. Dude's sitting straight up.
That was the scariest part of the whole fucking movie for me.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, God.
For sure.
He's just up in bed.
Yeah.
Like a zombie that got resurrected.
And the least creakiest thing in the house is his fucking bed.
Yeah, what the fuck is... He's really oiling that bed up. He doesn't want that to make noise.
No,
when he brings his fucking victim up to fuck her in the bed. All right? We're going to get to what that means shortly.
That never happened, Jay.
Oh.
He specifies it. So yeah, the gas starts spraying out of the bottle. He closed the door.
Right. So this is also the loudest gas. Here's my problem, right? Money goes up there, and he's being super quiet so that he can put this chlorobomb in the guy's fucking bedroom and put him to sleep for a long time. He waits about 0 seconds for that guy to go back to sleep. You know how long it takes for you to get into REM? You know, like, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're tossing and turning. It takes minutes to go back to sleep. He goes, oh, that guy laid down and rolled over. He must be asleep. He's
putting all his eggs in one chloroform basket.
He sure is. And he comes back down, he's like, cool, it's night time.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Maybe stick around to make sure.
I saw his head touch the pillow, so
we're good.
We're good.
When I go to bed, it's like passing out, blackout drunk.
Yeah,
that's what everybody does, right?
Yeah, for sure. And with chloroform in the room,
not
even near the bed, just kind of gassing all over the place. It's good. It's good.
Fuck's sake. So he's like, we found they regroup in front of the basement door with the 4 locks, and he's like, don't worry guys, I got this. Here's a gun.
Yeah.
And then he uses another. First of all, this guy is like the homeless people that you see around here that go through people's recycling collecting cans, because he just has a surplus of empty plastic bottles. He's pulling bottles out of everywhere.
Oh, right, yes.
One's the fucking for the chlorobomb. The next one he uses as a silencer.
Which,
let me tell you, a bottle is the exact opposite of a silencer.
Yeah, because that...
I'm gonna put on the butt of my gun a thing that amplifies the sound by containing it.
For sure. I'm definitely gonna, on the end of my explosion,
yes.
I think I'd like a plastic bottle, which is gonna fill with explosion and then continue to explode because it's a plastic bottle.
Here's the other thing too, like, that bullet wouldn't come out in like a nice, neat little hole at the bottom. That plastic bottle's getting blown the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, if anything, sure, it's going to go through the bottle. He's also going to blow it clean out of his hand.
Yeah, 100%. You're not holding on to that shit. And then, additionally, and you might remember this, but I certainly do, we used to put hand sanitizer around the rim of plastic bottles and then, like, squeeze the air out to make a fireball.
That was fun.
And what happened to you?
It exploded.
The bottle exploded in your goddamn hand.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even a gun bullet.
No, that was just some fire.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to be had.
Really entrusting the structural integrity of plastic.
Yeah, so I've never heard of anybody ever using a silence or a pop bottle for a silencer.
Neither
I
have
feel
I.
like murders would be happening left and right with this.
I've heard of toilet paper tubes, like the whole roll, but I don't know about anything else. I don't even know if that works.
The thing I've heard is that, like, the PVC piping filled with tennis balls.
Okay, sure.
That was on Forensic Files one time.
Okay.
But I don't think that would. I feel like that's a lot more effort than a pop bottle.
It is.
And if the pop bottle worked, then why would anybody bother doing anything else?
Yeah.
Why would you buy
you can just go down to the store for 59 cents and buy a silencer.
Yeah, fucking M1 or M16 or whatever.
M9.
M9. Let's be sending James Bond out there with 2 liters. Here you go, James. The latest in 2-liter technology. 1 unlabeled Pepsi bottle. You jammed the end of your 9mm in this end?
And he goes like, oh, sick. Like, where's the little button that turns it into something cooler? No, there's not one.
And I can, like, put liquids in there. No, you need it to be empty. Mm-hmm. The hole will prevent the liquids from building up. Mm-hmm. And once you've shot through it, you just throw it in the recycling bin, you see?
Oh, so that's like the economical M5 or M6 fucking thing.
Yeah, he's just has
MI6 is what it was. The gun is the M9, all right?
See somebody, like, finishing a bottle of soda. I need that, actually. Thank you.
I have murders to commit.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Are you sure it's not David Suzuki, you fuck?
All right, yeah, so I just don't... I'm not out here to myth bust, but... I am a little bit.
So the poor job of silencing the bullet that the pop bottle does wakes up the gentleman, the blind gentleman.
You would assume so, yeah.
And Money goes, hey man, I just waltzed into the wrong. I drunkenly waltzed into the wrong place. My bad.
Oh really?
Because I got that shit locked up tight, motherfucker.
No, so yeah, man, I understand, because in my drunken stupors, I also pick lock 4 to 5 locks.
Yeah.
And then also break windows and climb in, and it's understandable.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's not like, when you find out the old man is awake, he's just there.
Yeah.
How long has he been there for?
This old fucking man is a specter in this movie. Yep. I don't know what it is about blindness that turns you into Hollow Man.
But he moves like a phantom.
He sure does, which is the opposite of how blind people move. I can hear a blind person coming from 2 blocks away because they hit every pole.
Before he guns the door open, Alex is like, whoa, a gun. This changes everything. And he pieces.
Yeah. He does.
He's out of the house and he hears the gun go off.
Yeah, and he goes, I better run toward the gunshot.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, then you get the old man there and he fucking grabs Money by the... No, he doesn't. He does this thing where he looks like he's cowering and he's...
But he's walking toward him.
And, you know, knowing this guy's he was in the war and he's coming at me with his hands up, I'm gonna either shoot him or move. Yeah. He's blind.
You could just raise the gun up and bash him in the head with the butt if you didn't want to kill him. But he's not gonna see it coming.
This guy brought a gun to a war vet fight, and fucking turns out this guy is Rambo, with John Wick, and somebody else who's really good at guns, and all rolled up, and he just starts crushing the dude's windpipe.
I guess the piece of glass does come back for little, like, impossibly, because he steps on it. And he goes, oh, my window's clearly been broken by a burglar. Here's the thing. How'd the glass get there? Because she takes it off her foot in a hallway.
It wasn't the glass. It was the busted part of the lock.
Thank you.
He realizes that they popped the door open, and that's why he's like, well. Yes.
Now, here's the thing, right? Before all of that anyway, at that point, once, the jig is up, Money gets all threatening. This is before he gets grabbed and plugged in the neck. Anybody who, when they hear a gunshot in their home at night, comes out to investigate it isn't somebody who's afraid of the gun.
No.
So it doesn't matter that you have it.
Yeah, it's likely they've got something worse than the gun, and they know where it's hidden.
I don't give a shit about the gunshot. I need to know where it came from so that I can fix that problem.
Yeah, this guy was not expecting to be dealing with Liam Neeson. Grabbing him by the throat like, how many more of them are here?
Yeah.
How many more? And
where's Rachel?
He says there's one. Mm-hmm. So,
he says it's just him, and then the guy goes, well, here's a bullet.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that gun and use it.
There's just you, eh? Well, I guess nobody's going to see this. And the way that the gun shot lights up the inside of his mouth.
I liked it.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what that would be like.
Now, I would be exercising a little bit more caution as the blind man here, because that gun was also pointed dangerously close to his own face.
Yeah.
And it's if it's just hitting a neck, I mean, it's not stopping in the head.
Well, this guy he's a war vet. I feel like he's done worse shit than this.
He knows trajectories.
Yeah.
He's got them memorized.
Yeah, he just knows the gun's not aimed directly at him, so he's... I don't know.
So Alex hears that. Fucking Rocky hides in a closet, immaculately, quietly moving around plastic hangers and coats in a closet.
Yeah, you know what? I think if the dude who was plugging me was murdered in front of me, I might have a little more to say than absolutely nothing. I might go, ah!
There's that. And then also, like, I'm not gonna just hide in the house. I don't care how blind this guy is. He just now, to me, illustrated that it doesn't matter that he's blind.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving.
Yeah, there's clearly...
I'm leaving the way I came in.
There's clearly something in this house he's trying to not let anybody find out about.
Yup, because he wasted no time murdering somebody in his house.
Let's let him have his secrets.
Just fine. Alex comes back in with his fucking shoes on.
Like a ding-dong.
And now at this point, there's been a gunshot, so he's not trying to be quiet anymore. Mm-hmm. So he's giving away his position the whole time.
Yeah, this is the scene where he's walking down the hallway towards the gunshot, and this is where the blind man runs down the hall at him, and you see that he's touching the fucking wall to know where he is, and there's just a black, just greasy streak.
Because that's where he touches.
And you know that's exactly what that is, because it's just, you can tell, and I thought that was a nice touch that, like, obviously all day he's walking and touching the parts of the wall.
There's another one where they're in the basement being chased by him, and he sticks his hand up so that he can feel one fucking joist that he knows where it is.
That, and there's a fan, he hits the fan blade of it as he's running by.
So he's just got, like, little fucking Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs all around his house.
Yeah. I want to say he knew that at this point he knew that there was more people in the house, because he
must have suspected.
I want to say he was around that corner longer than they thought they were, like hearing both of them talk, and he had his suspicions.
Sure. So he got a bullet in the face for lying.
Something like that.
This is where I sort of noticed that this guy's hearing goes in and out at the whim of whatever it's needed.
Yeah,
because
it sure does.
He heard what's supposed to be a silenced gunshot from all the way upstairs, but can't hear Alex in the same hallway as him trying to hug a wall. Walking up the hallway and then hugging a wall unquietly.
Let's say his adrenaline was pumping because he just murdered a boy.
Sure. He does get very upset and punch a hole in a wall for it.
So my thing is, Alex gets back in the house and he runs right to the door and locks it right behind him. Like, he just knew which doors were unlocked immediately.
Yeah. Oh, because when your dad is a home security officer, you just know, like, the layout of the homes.
Or no, like, so Alex comes back in and the blind guy runs down the hallway and immediately into the kitchen and locks the door that he just came right back in.
Yeah.
And then so Alex ducks into the bathroom and the blind guy brings in a piece of wood and nails the broken window up, too.
Yeah, he does. Oh, how the fuck is he supposed to know where they came in from?
Exactly.
Okay, I get you. No, you're right.
He's like sealing up everything, so it's like, oh, now there's no way out for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Well, they must have come in through the kitchen because my front door is impenetrable.
I smell fresh air and not old feet. And I think while he's running around, I feel like No, this isn't the part where he smells feet.
No, that happens afterward.
Okay.
That's when he after he boards everything up and he's fucking running around, Alex finds Rocky in the closet via vibrating text messages. Turn your phone on to silent. They're fucking texting each other in the quiet house. Put your phone on silent.
I hate the way they text in this because there's no... It's a very urgent situation.
Yeah.
But there's no sense of urgency other than the fact that she capitalized one text message And like, bad grammar, sure, but you took the time to like put 4 dots there. Like, I'm in the closet, ...
Dude, I'm scrambling to type out in the closet. It's not going to read in the closet, but you're going to be able to read it.
Yeah.
Those typos are staying.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not proofreading my text messages when I'm trying to get out of the murder house.
Yeah. So while Rocky's in the closet, the old man checks his safe.
Yeah.
Like a dummy.
Where the money is.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know that one thing I don't think they got to? Mm-hmm. Let's check that.
Let me make sure they didn't get to it. How about this? You're the only one with the code. Just feel for the door. If that, because it's in a false wall, right?
Yep.
Just make sure that panel's there. We're good.
Yep. But
fuck around like you're looking for something else. Pull down like a cookie tray or something. Those fucking Dutch shortbreads that he's got up there.
And somebody fucked with this blind old guy and sold him the safe that clearly displays the code you're putting in the brightest LEDs known to man.
This poor blind guy's just getting pranked by everyone in town.
Anytime he opens his lock, the house lights up red.
Yeah, and you look over and you see the numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know the code, which is the director's birthday.
Oh.
I believe it's 2798 or 2789 or some shit like that.
So what's he expect us just to get him a gift? Because we fucking know his birthday now?
Why would you fucking do that? You might as well just make it 4 zeros. He's blind.
Yeah, for real. So, the old man checks on his money, and then Alex comes in the closet after, and then Rocky's like, hey, check this shit out. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, look at this pile of money, and just takes
that motherfucker doesn't hear those fucking beeping loudly fucking buttons on his safe?
No, but he hears the slightest floor creaks.
Yeah.
And then they have like this inner dispute where it's like, you can't take the money because, you know, it's not as big of a crime yet.
Talking way too loudly, by the way. They're not whispering.
I don't understand their crime reasoning. It made sense while they were saying it, but now I just don't fucking remember.
No, it doesn't make a lick of fucking sense.
Anyway, Alex is like, hey, now that we got the money, why don't we escape through the basement now that the door's been blown open? And you know that hatch that we couldn't get open, there's probably just one lock on the other side.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine.
Because, like, you know, all the other doors just had a couple locks on them from the other side, too. So, you should, like, you know...
We should definitely take our chances on that assumption by going to the one place that only has one way out, and there's a blind guy there.
How about the furthest way out? Yeah, that seems like the most reasonable thing to do. Instead of just walking out this door, he put one lock on just there.
Also, like, at this point, I don't give a fuck about being quiet, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Okay? He has the gun. I'm just as fast as possible getting away from that, even if I have to kick a door out. If it keeps me from getting into the dirty basement.
Yeah.
If it keeps me from getting into the dirty basement, that's like a people under the stairs maze of shelves with canned goods and preserves on them.
Is it ever?
Holy fuck.
And like, obviously that's set up to prevent somebody from like going down there and seeing what's behind the maze.
Yeah.
To kind of prevent them from being like, all right, I'm not going to keep walking. Let's go to these shelves.
Yeah, it's a labyrinth, and I'm not trying to find a Minotaur today. Yeah. I'm just going to go back upstairs. Fuck it.
Yeah. No, we didn't. I don't see the basketball down there. I'm sorry.
Your Frisbee's gone.
Yeah.
I called him Dark Timeline Daredevil. Anyway.
I like it.
They're looking for the storm door by shining a flashlight on a chair and fan. That's not where the storm door is going to be. During this time, though, Alex is like, where's the storm door? And then Rocky goes, I don't know. And he goes, where is it? How about say nothing at all and keep looking? She answered your fucking question.
I missed that.
Oh my God, they're just talking to talk.
There's a scene in between where the old man's dragging money through the...
Yes.
And there's a floor creak. And he just aims the gun wildly around the room as if like, oh... somebody's there. I'll
point a gun at them. I guess the logic is like if you have a gun pointed at you, maybe you'd make some noise.
Yeah. And then the phone vibrates and he fucking blasts.
He blows that phone away. I was tallying because M9 Berettas have a 15 round clip. So the whole time he was using this fucking gun willy-nilly, I was tallying how many bullets he was using to see if they actually paid attention to that when they were making the movie. And in this one, they did.
Did they? Okay.
However, they don't give a fuck about a 6-round revolver and how many bullets are in that shit.
No, they do not.
That shit
absolutely
must have had a banana clip on it.
Yes. It's just like a rotating banana clip.
Yeah.
I love it. I saw that once when you have a revolver in a movie, you really limit yourself to. You have to show a scene where somebody's got a pocket full of bullets.
Yep.
You can't.
There is
one.
Not.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God.
At one point, he's firing quite near the end, and he runs out when Rocky's got the crowbar.
Okay.
With that being said, he expended way more than 6 rounds before having to reload that revolver.
Yeah,
that's like the gun where you need to accurately depict how many bullets it has in it. Mm-hmm. Because they're visible from the outside of the gun.
They had a scene where he counts every individual bullet. Why don't they have a scene where he loads the gun? Mm-hmm. Just show him reloading the gun, and
he tries. He doesn't get a chance. He gets brained.
Well, I mean, I guess he would also just have like a second gun. Just have another gun laying around.
Your backup gun shouldn't have a finite number of bullets.
That's great. That
should be much easier for you as a blind person to use than putting bullets into individual chambers 6 times. Mm-hmm, God, that's probably slow.
So before the old man drags money around, he was downstairs and he comes up from that door.
Yeah.
How did he not hear these folks clomping around?
You can hear every creak from down there.
I know.
Because when they're down there, they can hear him.
So there's his selective hearing going.
Yeah, again.
They drag the body off. They go downstairs and they have their little where's the exit? Mm-hmm. They have that.
Alex goes and flicks a light switch and it goes bzz, bzz, bzz. I don't need to see more than I need to see. One thing I do need to see is the storm door. Don't really care about what else is in the house.
Yeah, you know what? It's easier if I don't see it.
For sure. Because what is it that they see when the lights turn on?
Well, they flick the lights on and, there's a lady.
Yep.
There's a lady who wants out.
Bad.
And she's rigged up to some parachute strap thing and tied to a rope that's on a bell, so if she moves too much, the bell rings.
Kind of like when your sick grandma's upstairs and she's bedridden and she's hungry. Mm-hmm. Ding, 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 soup.
But for worse.
Yeah.
But for worse.
I got super mad here because, you're right. It's the paratrooper's harness without the parachute. But he kept the rope from the parachute from the Gulf War when he probably dropped out of a plane in 1978. The only thing holding this woman into this couch cushion fort from hell. First of all, comfiest place to be kidnapped in hell.
It's like 4 layers of couch cushion,
dude.
And it's 4 layers deep, and it's got 2 layers of. It's very much like the soft rooms they throw people in.
But this kidnap victim is sleeping on a cloud, though.
Oh yeah. It's not even. I mean,
it might be worth the trade-off.
Despite the horrible thing that was done to her.
Yeah.
I mean, and rightfully so. She was the lady who killed this guy's daughter, and she pulls out the flyer and she's like, "Look at this newspaper clipping.
It's me." She's really good at speaking clear English, despite the fact that she's got a leather face mask on. She's got a fucking luchador mask across her mouth.
I think it's tape. I want to say that old man went down there and taped her up so that she didn't make sound in case people were in the house.
So I'm gonna explain because I made a point of paying attention to exactly how she's all roped up here.
Yeah, do it.
On the back of the harness is a pair of handcuffs, and the rope is tied to them with a zip tie. And the thing that's muzzling her is laced at the back. Her hands are free. How about you just pull the bow off at the back of that mask and chew through that flimsy rope from the 70s and leave?
He is blind.
What in the fuck? It's the dumbest shit. There's nothing holding her there that a little bit of enthusiasm couldn't fix. You know how easy it is to break a fucking zip tie with the right leverage?
You really...
And here's the other thing, too. There's slack on the rope. She can run around.
Oh,
Start at one spot and fucking book it to the other. That zip tie's breaking right off. That frayed, flimsy-ass rope is going to snap.
Yeah,
like hemp.
I would really hope the weight of a human being would be able to snap a zip tie, or else we're in a lot of trouble.
I've snapped plenty of zip ties in my day. Not because I've been kidnapped a lot.
But if you ever get kidnapped...
I'm good.
Oh, you're good?
Don't worry.
I now that you point all that out, definitely... she probably could have popped out on one of his dog walks. He's leaving. You can hear him leaving.
Yeah, dude. You hear the front door close? Okay, now's my time. It's going to take him a minute to get back.
I'll just hide in the house next door. He'll never find you.
No. He probably doesn't even know there is one.
They somehow, I think they find some keys in a safe and it's got the same lock. What's the code? Oh, same one. Perfect.
Weird. If you have two safes, probably have two combinations.
Absolutely. They unlock this lady and they go for an escape. They find the back door. Mm-hmm. They find that it's got one extra fucking lock on it.
Oh no!
How have you not been prepared for more locks than what you think there are by this point? Every door has a lock because of the kidnapping. Jesus Christ. Think.
Also, it's a small padlock. As house thieves, you don't have the tools to break that.
You know what? Even more so, it's a storm door.
Yeah.
It was made in the 1800s.
Fuck yeah, it was.
Just walk at it.
Wet.
It'll
blow on it lightly.
It'll be like saloon doors and just pop right open.
Yeah, and you just bust right out of there just fine. They have an argument about whether or not they have time to save this poor woman. You can't just bust out the pocket knife and cut the fucking rope.
No, that would be too much.
The rope is thinner than my pinky finger. It's 30 seconds it takes. How unequipped, how underprepared are these fucking burglars?
They weren't expecting much friction to this.
No, you have to assume there's a chance that you're gonna get stuck in a room.
They put all their bags in the chloroform box, and that immediately
that was like
working.
your first failure. Now, okay, fuck it, we don't know what to do next. These guys would suck at improv.
Oh yeah, they're no ending.
They're no budding. The thing where instead of trying to escape, just stare at where the danger's coming from. Okay, so when that bell rings, he's upstairs after having checked his safe and finding out that his money's gone. So he hears that bell and he's sort of sat on the couch and he goes, "Oh, my baby's awake."
No.
And he makes his way downstairs. And let me tell you.
Tell me all about it.
When there's urgency, because they find those keys in the safe and it's on a key ring, like a fucking janitor at a shopping mall.
He's got to have done that on purpose.
A million fucking keys.
He probably just knows the bumpy key is the one.
Just, this is the back door. I can feel the teeth. So they hear him coming around the corner in the basement to investigate why the bell's ringing. And instead of urgently trying every key, there's a few seconds where they just stare at the door.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that in movies. Mm-hmm. Because it's entirely so that the viewer gets frustrated with how fast they're not going.
Yeah, and why is one person not unlocking it? Like, if I was the girl who had been locked up, and I looked over, and I saw them looking, I'd take the keys and be like, I'll do it!
Don't worry, I've seen this key used 50 times.
Yeah.
Because I've been stuck in this exact room in this position.
Y'all are just really gambling on my life here, huh? I've been here for months. Get me the fuck out of here.
It's been at least months. It's actually been about 9.
Well, it's been
because she's pregnant.
Well, she's not quite showing yet. I'm gonna say.
She's fucking showing, all right. She's got a full ass tum.
I didn't. I mean,
I'm pretty sure she got shot in it.
She gets shot right in the face.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought I saw like a fray on the dress as well while she was lying on the floor dead.
Maybe she might have took 2 bullets.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say she's not like full on pregnant, but like she's getting there.
We'll do second trimester at least.
Oh, we can agree to that. Okay. I'm not a doctor.
Yep.
So I have no fucking idea. But as a white male, I would like to make an assumption.
Yep. And as your kind tend to do freely.
About the female body, of course. So
you're working within your own wheelhouse, so that's good.
If I might, just for a moment.
I am joking. That was a joke.
So they find the right key, because suddenly it's quiet. I would be concerned. Anyway, they get the right key. They get the fucking storm door open with help from the blind man who's now outside. And then he wastes no time firing a gun just down and into the storm door.
Yep.
It could be fucking anyone. It could be that the chick escaped.
Right.
You hear the bell dingy dingy ding, and she got loose. Nah, I'm going to answer that question with a bullet.
Yeah. So look, this is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
When you fire blindly.
Yes. You make mistakes.
Yeah. When you have zero regard for gun safety and you just fire like a blind person into a basement, you're gonna kill your concubine. That's what happens.
Your concubine.
You can't shoot first and ask questions later because
there's no one left to ask.
She's dead.
Holy fuck, dude.
Of course you don't realize that that's what she is when they're rescuing her.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's a chick tied up in the basement with a kid in her. There's really only a few options here. It's not so much a matter of if, it's how hard at that point.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah. You're not wrong.
So that happens. He fucking goes down into the basement and realizes what he's done.
Well, yeah, whoopsies.
And then Alex and Rocky get treated to, I don't know what's like an escape room in the dark.
Yeah, pretty much. One of his shots takes out their like flashlight, their only source of light.
And Alex, part of Alex's ear, he becomes Mike Tyson's fucking boxing victim.
That's right. Yeah, I thought he got shot in a more serious place, and then I saw him get up. I'm like, come on,
ear.
And then
although this kid is fucking Superman, we find that out later.
As they run off into the basement, the blind guy just knows where the breaker is, and he flips that.
He goes, "Oh, it's game time."
So it gets just a little darker.
Well, here's the thing: he's obviously prepared for this because once he gets back into the basement, he puts the padlock back on the door, and then he reaches up on top of the breaker to find metal bars that he's put there so that he can hammer them into the lock so you can't open it anymore.
I missed that part.
So he knows he's got contingencies. You were right about booby traps.
All right.
So this, one of my favorite shots in this whole movie, actually, because it's night vision at this point. It's like that black and white UV that people use to see farts. And you get him just listening, and the camera trucks back and he sort of just disappears into the blackness.
I love it.
That's beautiful.
He's going to work.
Shot.
He knows where he's going.
So I found out that everybody had contacts in to dilate their pupils. Like Alex and Rocky both had like people dilating contacts in. That also like just straight up made them unable to see.
Love it.
When these two are like feeling around in the dark, they're really feeling around in the dark.
There's no acting. They're living life.
This is method at this point.
Where is for real? Where is where?
Just where?
So the old man, he's got his things he touches in the basement, so he knows where he's going. Clearly not at a disadvantage at all.
For a movie called Don't Breathe, there's a whole lot of breathing.
Oh my god, it's like an asthmatic convention in this fucking film.
And then for some reason, Rocky goes, well, if I can't see, he must not be able to hear anymore. Alex!
Hey!
Alex!
We're in a finite basement. Where are you?
Fuck's sake.
From here to there. Where are you? And you get this fucking scene where Rocky's feeling through the dark.
Yeah.
And she approaches the blind guy who's just aiming his gun in a different direction.
Yeah.
And it's like, just like she's come so close to touching that face.
Real,
so
right there.
Close.
And you feel it when fucking Alex calls out for her and he turns around and fires over there instead. And she's like, oh, I almost died.
Yep.
Holy shit, I almost died.
Probably with the gun blasting lighted up just enough to see the outline of his face.
It's the same feeling you get when like you're in an elevator and it just sort of like it does that thing where it just jostles down a little.
I hate it.
Oh fuck.
Yep. You fucking as soon as that door opens, you collapse on the ground, sweaty hands, just like thank God I'm on solid concrete.
They're feeling around. At one point, blind man finds out where Alex is and reaches like there's a movie called Pulse. And it's about the internet having ghosts on it and coming through to kill you.
And you got to have a lot of red tape.
And you got to have tons of it. Anytime, and then there's also a Goosebumps episode where it's about a librarian that's a bug man.
I love that one.
So anytime I see people like walking by shelving and then suddenly a hand shoots out through the other side and grabs you, I think of those two things. Every fucking time. There's so many movies where it's somebody in a library and they pull a book off a shelf and there's someone staring at them on the other side.
I'm gonna start doing that at libraries. That's that's 80% of the reason to go to libraries.
That's
is
the
just
best
to
reason, at least.
Fucking loiter on the other side of bookshelves.
Give a poor old lady a heart attack by just, hey,
books, eh?
You reading Ulysses?
I couldn't think of any author's name, so I growled.
So Alex does like the smartest thing he does in the whole movie, which is while he's being, I don't know what the fuck it is about being blind that gives you Hulk hands, But this motherfucker knows how to strangle.
His go-to move is crushing windpipes.
His favorite thing is to strangle you effectively.
Yeah, that's all he's good at. He can't fucking shoot a gun for shit.
No, but he's got a triangle chokehold on lock.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This guy was before the army. He was in the octagon.
He certainly fights like he was. He punches to end the fight.
Yeah. And for like a guy who can't see that he's clearly knocked somebody the fuck out, he just keeps going.
Yeah, no. And he's really good at finding faces in the dark.
Oh, is he ever?
So yeah, Alex fucking braces himself against the wall and knocks a shelf over onto the guy. Doesn't really fall all the way over, so it's like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here now.
This is where the gun is empty.
Yes.
He points the gun right at his head and clicks it. Yeah. He's like, well, that's empty.
And that was so it was one less than is in a full clip of a Beretta.
All right.
Because I counted them.
And this is, then he crushes his windpipe.
Yeah.
They knock the shelves over, and that's
that's
when they get to escape upstairs.
They escape upstairs, and somehow the dog is in the house now. At no point would that have. How is he gonna?
The dog's got a key.
He must. He must be an expert locksmith. Here's my thing, right? He padlocks the kitchen, the back door, the side door there when he boards up that window, the bathroom window. So he can't get in that way to let the dog in when he goes out to the storm door. He doesn't let the dog in through the storm door, and he sure as shit doesn't let the dog in through the front door. Because again, there's 4 locks there, and he has no keys. They're in the safe. And they're not in the safe. Alex has them. So how did the dog get back in that house?
Maybe there was an open window and he just heaved the dog.
An open window with the bars?
He just heaved the dog.
Here you go, fucking Bruce.
Maybe he heaved the dog.
Fuck, man.
He's a blind guy, so the dog hit the side of the house a couple times.
Pissed.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about that, but yeah, how did that dog get up in there?
We get house chase. They go upstairs to the bedroom again. After having said all the windows are barred and putting an armoire in front of the door, all the windows are not barred.
The convenient windows are not barred.
Yeah, but they have a dialogue where they say, "We're trapped in here." No, you're not. You know how I know that you're not? Because when they open up the vent so that Rocky can escape out of the bedroom and he busts in and fucking Alex is dicking around because dog, and he gets knocked right through a window easily.
Oh, he does, yeah.
It takes no effort at all for him to get knocked through a window into the outside.
I was really impressed with the sturdiness of the glass that he lands on, the sunroof, because... Dude. Yeah, it catches him like a nice glove.
He lands on like the whatever. Yeah, I guess it's a sunroof for like a greenhouse and it's right away Jurassic Park 2.
Yep. You get the blind guy walking around underneath.
When the bus that they're using to go through the Lost World falls off the cliff and Julianne Moore falls on the glass and she can fucking feel it crack beneath her hands. I was like, that's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Same goddamn thing. And this is also again, dude's just a ghoul that moves at the speed of light. Hey. Because he's down there underneath the glass while Alex is knocked out on top. And then right away he's upstairs shooting a bullet into the glass.
Can we, we're just going to assume that with the blindness comes the super speed.
Yes. So that's another sense that's heightened, was your ability to move.
Can we talk about how big these goddamn vents are? And how
massive vents in this old house.
They're big enough just to have people like loose around on the inside of your walls.
It's an upstairs crawl space, these fucking vents.
The dog's up in there just chasing people. There's enough vent to chase.
Yeah, Rocky's fucking shimmying through the vents and the dog's like, I'm gonna get my asshole up in there.
And then there's just like this open gap where she falls into the wall and it's just loose in the wall like a rat.
Here's what pisses me off about like a rat. What pisses me off about this is that she's like, oh, I need to clear this gap from this vent to this other vent that's sort of like a foot lower. Climb the walls. There's wood all over the walls that you can use as footholds and handholds. Go to one mountain climbing class, one single one.
I'm crawl as fast as I can.
Instead, I'm gonna dive headfirst 2 stories because there's a dog behind me.
It gets the job done, though.
Yeah, it gets her fucking knocked the fuck out like an idiot.
Yeah, she lands like a pretzel person.
So yeah, if all it took was body weight to break the windows, why didn't you just break the fucking windows, Alex, and jump out? You idiot.
And he awakes, realizing, or not realizing, however, he's on this sunroof.
Yeah.
Which then breaks. bringing him back into the house he's been trying so desperately to get out of.
So I believe at this point the blind man has the revolver, and he fires one round out of the window from above.
Does he? Yeah. I thought he like woke up, rolled over, and just like it cracked because it was already a little broken.
He wakes up and he sees him staring at him from up top, okay. And then I'm pretty sure he fires a round, and now he just misses and hits the glass and knocks the guy back into his house, which is his least favorite thing to have, obviously.
Yeah, the exact opposite thing. He was already home free outside.
So yeah, he's in the fucking, he's winded and partially knocked out in the workbench room with the tool wall. Mm-hmm. And then blind man comes in and just begins to truck him around the room. For a blind guy, he sure knows where the best blunt metal objects are to hit somebody's head off of.
He sure does. Alex's plan was to use his like stupid life alert bracelet thing to like call the police.
His life alert bracelet.
But he like
also like they have a conversation about like we could just strip the alarm and get the cops here. Why didn't you think of that right after Money got murdered?
Murder trumps stealing.
You haven't stolen anything at that point. They didn't even have the money in the safe yet. Trip the alarm. A man is dead.
Yep. But no, don't do that.
Holy fuck.
So Alex lures this dude into the room by making a sound, and he fires it. Oh, but Alex has got the great big hammer that they paused for 5 minutes for you to look at while they were searching the house.
I wonder if that comes back later in the movie.
Oh, I bet you it does, but it doesn't come back very effectively.
No. Stupid. It's a mini sledge. It's literally a 5-pound hammer. You get hit by it, and it's like getting hit by a feather.
Honestly, I feel like it should have put him down.
Yeah, dude. Instead of just knocking him over briefly like a full bag of McDonald's.
But no, Alex gets his head just bashed off of every fucking thing imaginable.
He gets thrown onto the dishwasher, or not the dishwasher, the laundry machine, and like a horny housewife.
And that gets turned on, which temporarily blinds this deaf guy who's, I guess, going off of echolocation. So he's swinging a shovel around this room that's like 4 feet by 4 feet.
We go 2/3 of the movie before realizing that any loud noise disorients this man horribly.
I feel like you should just know that.
Yeah, you should. He's got one good sense left.
He's listening. He's listening.
And it's all he's been listening. There've been plenty of scenes where he's listening.
You could have brought a boombox and cranked Motley Crue, and you could have committed this entire crime because he never would have found you.
You sure could have. Instead of a chlorobomb in the bedroom, just a fucking giant subwoofer like the Maxwell commercial.
Yeah, but no, Alex gets punched and then sheared.
He gets punched and punched and punched, and he gets sheared, you think.
Does he not get sheared?
He puts those hedge clippers right into the body of Money.
Okay, that's
why Alex gets up after.
Okay, yeah.
He's not fucking invincible.
Well, see, that's my whole thing. Like, I was getting a little mad. Like, so this guy's like one dying breath, the 1 ounce of adrenaline left in his body. We don't even see him pull the shears out of his guts.
No.
So I got pretty mad about that.
So he gets punched around a lot, and then the dude raises up the fucking the Howling, I think it's called, which is a slasher movie from the 80s, where that's the weapon that the guy uses.
Hedge trimmers.
Yes, and he plunges him into a black coat. Now, Money and Alex both have black coats.
That's fair.
So the viewer just gets tricked into thinking it's Alex, because we just cut straight to Rocky at this point, knocked out in the vent.
And we didn't really explain that Alex does come across the corpse of Money.
Yes.
Just like jammed.
Well, it's inconsequential. He's just stuffed it like a sleeping bag into the corner of the laundry room.
Yeah, he's like in between the washer and the dryer. It's ridiculous. This blind guy has no idea where he's putting people.
Why wouldn't you just put him in the basement?
Because he's blind. He doesn't know.
The basement door was like right fucking there. You didn't need to drag him into the laundry room with a bag on his head. Yeah, so fucking Rocky wakes up, and she's crawling around, and she finds a vent to the outdoors, and she finds a vent as well into the living room underneath her.
I don't know.
Hatch.
Does she find it, or does it find her?
She sees it, because she has to crawl over it.
Okay.
And then to get to the outdoor vent hatch.
Okay.
She kicks that thing the fuck off, which I didn't complain about because it's terribly easy. It's 4 Tapcon screws and brick. Again, you could push lightly and just knock that shit out of the fucking... but what she doesn't... this blind guy clearly hears way better than Rocky does, because she doesn't hear right at head level, because that's where the light's coming from, a blind man clamber up onto a couch and open a vent. in order to grab her and drag her down.
Maybe she was just disregarding it, thinking she was going to get out that hole a little quicker than she thought she was.
Fuck that. Pissed.
Ugh.
And then we get, he just beats the shit out of her. He beats the shit out of her on the floor.
He sure does.
And then in the next scene, she wakes up with a bruise on the wrong side of her face.
Aww.
He was punching the other side of her face.
Ah, no. Mm-hmm. Somebody got fired off that set.
Yeah. She wakes up from a deep, deep slumber in the comfiest bed ever invented.
Well, that's what happens when you're subdued by punches. You like to wake up in a pile of couch cushions.
I would at least like my rousing from the concussion, unconsciousness, the traumatic brain injury I just experienced. I would at least like to be comfortable when I do that.
Well, yeah, you want to wake up in the worst the worst couch fort imaginable. Is Fort Horrible is what I would call it every day.
Yeah.
Wake up, back in
Fort Horrible.
Fort Horrible again, huh?
Ah, jeez. It's always the same here. Like a James Bond villain. Fucking blind man's just sitting in a chair explaining his entire plan to her.
Yeah, Rocky assumes, she makes the mistake of assuming that this whole thing has been about payback because he had the girl who killed his daughter chained up in the basement.
And she's pregnant.
But that's not at all what it is about. No. Tell us.
Well, this man is so et up by the fact that his daughter has been murdered that he's decided that he deserves to be provided another daughter.
He sure does. He sure does assume that, huh?
Yep. And his first choice was the woman who killed his first daughter, which wouldn't be my first choice because I guess it doesn't matter to him because he can't look in her eyes and know where she's from. But that would be my problem. Every time I look at the face of this kid, I'd be like, yeah, I had you made for me.
Factory ordered.
My favorite line in this whole movie, as he's explaining this whole plan, microwaving a frozen cup of semen.
Not even
microwaving it. I thought it was a microwave, but it's an ice box.
It's on a fucking Coleman camp stove.
It's on a George Foreman grill, and like that's out in the open. So he's just cum stinking up the basement while he's fucking warming up this cum.
How? Okay, all right. No, I got a comment to make later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's doing this. This guy's voice, he sounds like an evil chancellor from Star Wars.
He fucking sounds like he's been eating cigarettes since he got back from the war.
And he's like, do you think there's a god? You think a god would allow this as he's filling up a turkey baster full of cum?
Like, yeah, there's no end to what a man can do once he realizes there is no God. Why are we getting religious at this moment?
This is not God's fault.
No. It's a man's fault.
Yeah, don't take no God out on me, sir.
So he goes from the fifth circle of hell with his voice down to the ninth when he goes, all I wanted was to have a daughter and then I was going to release her. First of all, if your plan is to rape a baby into a woman and then let them go, you're not keeping your freedom.
Somebody's gonna look. All right, sure, have your delusions. Sure, she's just gonna go off and live her life.
Yeah.
Not one single person gonna be like, "Hey, where you been for 9 months?
Where have you been for almost exactly 9 months?
You look like you just had a baby.
What's going on with that? Oh, do you So do you I missed the shower. Why wasn't I invited? Because it was in a basement.
It was in Fort Horrible. Where's that? Basement.
I can point you to the exact basement that I was stuck in.
Oh, no need to point. I can smell the cum warming from here. Why does this suburb of Detroit smell of, I don't know, bleach and... He puts
this poor woman in like a black goo box under the floor.
Yeah, what was that?
I have no idea what this black goo is. I assume it's meant to dissolve a body, but I've never ever seen that consistency of liquid in my life.
Yeah,
it's the kind of the shit that the fucking when we did Splinter we were talking about, like the magnetic. It's like that.
To be honest, after looking at it, I was like, is this like the thing for like the septic tank? Is that just shit filling up around her?
If so, he's taking too much Tylenol in the afternoons. Because that was black as night, that liquid.
Well, that's what happens with feces when it pools up. Detroit's different, man.
Detroit
versus everyone.
My favorite line in the movie, and when he drops 3 octaves, when he goes, I was promised a daughter, and you took that from me, and I'm done waiting. Jesus.
You should be held accountable.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's got a pair of scissors, and he cuts a fuck hole in this poor woman's pants.
There's no fucking that happens, though.
No. He makes it clear that he doesn't know the definition of rape.
He sure does make that very clear, because
he goes, I'm not a rapist.
Oh.
I never put it in her. You know, as long as you're putting something in her, and that something has semen in it, you might as well just literally be fucking her.
Put it this way. If you didn't get a yes...
We don't even have to go all the way down to turkey basting cum into a woman.
Yeah. If it wasn't...
you have to strap her into a harness to keep her around.
And there was no yes to that?
Yeah.
At least?
Mm-hmm. Also, like, let's be honest. This guy has constructed a sex swing. And there's no way for him to know that it was an effective sex swing that would... without testing it on himself.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you meant because he's blind.
Well, yeah. That's the only way. He can't look at it and go, yeah, that'll keep you stuck there. He had to get in that shit and go, I'm stuck here.
Yeah. I wonder if he knew, like, if he put that fort together and was just like, yeah, that's a good fort. Or, like, he had some people come in and, like...
I'm designing a dungeon.
I'm making a place to lay down and get high.
Also, just drill a hook into the ceiling for me, so that I can actually, you know what? Don't ask why. Leave that to you and me. I'm making a very, very comfortable space in a basement with a hook in the ceiling.
Don't worry about the smell. I got something warming on the stove later.
Yeah. I don't trust the facilities that house this. He doesn't trust banks with his money or semen donor places with his cum.
So here's my problem. Here's my problem, Jay. Here is my issue with this whole plan.
Yep.
So we got blind guy.
Mm-hmm.
Daughterless blind guy.
Poor daughterless blind guy.
And he's got this jar.
He does.
He's got one jar.
Just the one.
This jar's full.
It is. This turkey baster during this whole scene varies in fullness level, and at one point it's brimming with cum.
I'm not even concerned about that.
It's nearly overflowing, and he didn't even drain the entire jar.
I'm more concerned with the prep that was involved with, like...
Yeah.
He just didn't know how much he's gonna need. So, like, how much? How often are you filling this jar up? Because that wasn't one load.
No.
My concern is that, like, he's just like, well, where's the jar?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's nutting into this jar procedurally over days, if not weeks, to get that amount.
Yeah, and, like, he's like, how do you know when it's full?
Well, you stick your finger in and see how far down it goes.
Yeah.
Or tongue, because it's more sensitive.
Maybe he's got a little cum dipstick.
The fact that he's blind does explain that how hair got in there. Also, it's black hair, and he's got a Rottweiler.
I don't want to. No! He's just pulling too hard.
Well, he's not salt and pepper. He's quite gray.
He's yanking the shrubbery up with the weeds.
With his dog nearby?
Look, he's blind. You have a cat, all right? And you know how cat hair gets everywhere.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I open new jars of weed. I'm like, well, how'd this cat hair get in here?
I'll take a jar of peanut butter out of the bag from the grocery store, and there's already cat hair in it.
How the fuck you doing that?
Oh man, cats are magicians with their hair, dude.
So yeah, we'll pretend that that's a dog hair. That's the situation. But my concern is just like, you already got her done. Why are you keeping this jar around?
Just in case it doesn't take.
Well, but it did.
Artificial insemination doesn't always work.
You know what? Also, like, she could have just been like, yeah, I'm pregnant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, there's a baby in here. Don't worry.
Like, you peed on
It worked the first time, I promise.
You peed on the stick? I sure did.
It's positive.
Mm-hmm.
The problem
Prego as fuck.
That only works for like 3 months, and then he goes, "Let me feel your stomach."
Well, by then you should have escaped.
Yes. Or I guess you could just like stick your gut out.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like, I'd really like about 15 beers this morning, my captor. So that I get big and man, I'm bloated. I mean, pregnant. Oh, I'm pregnant.
See, I was thinking just like, because she's pregnant.
Or like, you can only feel my stomach around the time I have my period.
So
because of bloating.
Something this blind person says, this old man, something this old man says while he's got a handful of turkey baster cum.
Yeah.
Is, you're young, you're fit.
You'll breed nicely.
You'll breed nicely. Which takes this, it is not a sexual thing, and it immediately becomes it's a farm thing.
It's like taking care of a horse.
Now we're just making more cattle.
Yep.
We're just making cattle at this point.
He's creating an army.
Yeah. I honestly didn't need to see the turkey baster filled with cum.
Did you need to see it shoved into his throat?
I didn't. I did. I did, actually. I didn't need to see the top-down jar where you can see...
Yeah, it increasing in volume.
Well, no, you can just see, like, the history of cum.
Yeah.
You can see different shades, different consistencies mixed in there.
One day he had pineapple, the other day he didn't.
Yeah, like, just globs of, like, egg yolk and mayonnaise mixed together. But yeah, no, I didn't need to see the turkey baster fill with...
dripping as he's walking over to this poor woman.
With more semen than anybody's ever let loose at one time.
No, it's impossible, dude.
Like, it's overkill. Overkill.
I'm trying to remember what the fruit or vegetable is that's supposed to increase your load size. I can't.
I don't know. I don't believe that any of that's consistent. I feel like
probably not.
I feel like the good Lord gives you the amount of load you should have, and that's the way it should be. He gives you the right amount of load, and that's your blessing.
So, we're inches away from a rape. And Alex, who has awakened upstairs, comes in clutch with the 5-pound hammer.
He's really fashionably on time.
Yeah, dude.
He's not fashionably late.
He let it really just be down to the 11th hour. With his love interest just getting... injected.
It's much like when you try and stop a microwave before it beeps at night.
Yeah, dude. He got down to 30 seconds, like the one was on there, and that's the scramble to hit stop before it hits 0.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about seeing that happen in the movie, but holy fuck,
it gets close.
Woo!
Mm-hmm. It gets uncomfortably close for everybody.
It gets so close that at the end, when you see her with her sister leaving, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, he got her. How late? 9 months later, eh? Oh, that's shit.
Funny.
Oh, wait, and I was like, she's got a sister.
Just her sister, it's all good.
Yep.
So, Alex, I don't know what's wrong with Alex, but he's wheezing like an asshole, so I don't know how this blind guy didn't hear him sneak up behind him. But he wields this 5-pound hammer like he's, like he's trying to tuck someone into bed. Because he hits this dude in the head twice, and it puts him down for about 5 seconds, long enough to get one handcuff on him.
Yeah, and what good that handcuff did?
None.
Zip.
Despite the fact that he went down there with nothing but just a turkey baster, he got out of that faster than this woman who was like being held there for much of her life.
Yeah,
super easy for him to get out, being blind and with nothing.
Nothing but a fucking throat full of turkey baster.
Yeah,
because
we let Rocky down, and Rocky's first instinct is to go, "Here's your comeback."
How does that taste? And just not even she doesn't put it in his mouth. She puts it in his throat.
Yeah, she makes sure it gets right in there.
And boy, oh boy,
thank God he spits it out.
Yeah, he's the baster and then the load.
Yeah, separately. Because I've seen this movie before. For some reason, like in my memory, he got the turkey baster in his throat so hard that he choked to death.
That would have been great.
And I would have much preferred that ending to the ending the rest of this movie.
Me too.
If it just ended there, they get out and walk away with the money. That credits roll. That's good.
But there needs to be a second one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There needs to be a fucking second one, you dickheads.
But, so they escape upstairs,
they go back upstairs
after they handcuff this blind guy to the basement in the dark.
They go to the door with the most locks on it.
for some reason.
Which is the front door.
Who knows why?
Fiddle around with the janitor's key ring long enough for him the blind man, to silently come up the stairs, retrieve his gun somehow, and fire a shot directly into Alex's back.
Oh, yeah. He fucking Chris Angels that handcuff, and I don't know where he finds the gun and the bullet, but he puts that together. Mm-hmm. Kills him.
Rocky fucking looks for way too long, given the urgency of her life.
But she takes her sex. She takes her time.
Yeah.
She fucking runs. Mm-hmm. I don't know why the hell she stops.
Here's my thing. Here's my problem. This guy has displayed no issue in locating you based on the noises you make. Mm-hmm. So Rocky's first instinct is, when she leaves the house, to run in a straight line down the middle of an asphalt road.
And then taunt him.
Long enough for him to be like, yeah, here's my dog. Mm-hmm. But he's got a gun still, you know?
Yep.
So maybe serpentine
into
the woods,
climb on top of a house.
Yeah,
dog can't get you.
Do anything but run in a straight line.
Yeah, no straight line.
He's not climbing on top of the house. You could just fucking go back and forth from one side of the roof to the other until he runs out of bullets.
Pretty much.
And then you're fine. Whatever. Fuck you then.
That's the way I would beat the game.
Yeah.
But no, she runs through an abandoned house, abandoned neighborhood, to an abandoned factory, to an abandoned everything else.
To the car.
To Detroit. Yeah, and then she gets in the car.
To Detroit.
And she realizes that once she's home free in her vehicle, she doesn't have the fucking key.
You're telling me home invaders don't know how to hotwire a car?
Bad home invaders. Bad home invaders also drop all of the money.
Yeah, she does. She escapes with the money, and then promptly, once she gets to what she thinks is safety, drops it outside like a fucking dumb bitch.
Yep, she's more concerned with getting in the car than she is preserving the thing that she risked all of her friends' lives for, and the thing that's going to get her out of Detroit and away from the knuckle tattoos of a racist white supremacist man. But it's okay. The dog shows up, it starts barking. It
drools all over the car, dirties up the windows.
Fucking smart dog. When the windows close, it goes around to the open window.
Yeah, that is a smart dog.
Real
man.
Smart dog.
He knows what's up.
They have a little battle where she tries to roll the window up, and the dog's like, "Nah, you're not gonna roll that window up."
I really thought that she was just gonna roll it right up on that dog's throat.
Yep, so did I.
The dog in this movie, I do not believe dies.
No, it just doesn't get seen again after that.
Yeah, for some reason it disappears.
No, so what happens?
Oh, it gets trunked.
Yeah, she rigs up like a rope so she can close the trunk.
She crawls into the trunk having a PTSD fit because she got stuck in a trunk by her mom when she was a kid.
Yep.
I don't know why that's an adequate punishment for your dad leaving you.
But she tries to trap the dog in the trunk with like the false seats that flip up.
It's just a small plastic clip, man. That dog has no problem getting through that.
That dog pokes its head straight up.
Yeah, without issue.
Hey, how's it going?
It's still me.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny.
Oh boy, there's fabric around my head. But she escapes out of the car by clipping the dog to the back of the trunk.
Yeah, so she's got like the straps that you use to move a mattress, and she attaches it to the trunk, puts the seat down, gets the dog in the trunk, and then pulls it down remotely. The dog comes out, and this dog is it goes from being smart to an idiot because her head is just out of reach after she clips the dog's collar to the strap, but the rest of her body is just fully biteable.
Oh, for sure.
And he doesn't go, well, I'm going to take the leg then? What dog goes, just kidding, I only want face?
It's just trying to give her kissies.
Also, I want you to know, I don't know if you saw it or not, but she punches that dog square in the face.
Oh, she does.
Hard.
I thought that was the end of it. I thought she was just gonna punch the dog to death.
Fucking one punch that dog to death.
Oh my god, she gives it a bop.
So we get out and again, we just stand around for a second and get captured by Blind Man.
Yeah, he finds her no problem.
No problem. Well, he followed the dog barks.
Probably.
But then also, like, wouldn't you get away from the only loud thing immediately? Get up, grab that bag, and fucking run. She hates running for her life.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why she went to the car.
And this is, this part, like, I'm just going to gloss over this, honestly, because I thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
He takes her back, punches her in the face onto the floor, and then she hits the fucking alarm button, the remote button. I don't know how that remote is just on the floor nearby, but it is.
Convenience.
Yep. And so it gets loud. He doesn't like it. And then she turns into a ninja running around like Bane in The Dark Knight Rises when when he fucking puts Batman in blindness and he just runs around taking pot shots for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just here's a little boot to your back there. Here's a little crowbar to your face here. Why are you wasting time?
Just bash
hit him in the face with the shit.
Just crush his skull. Don't stop till brain comes out.
Directly inward.
He has a turkey baster full of cum in the basement.
Yeah.
Just keep hitting him.
All he does is hit her he's got a gun, okay? And he hits her so hard that he falls and shoots himself in the side. She didn't actually save her own life.
No.
So you can't call her a final girl because she survives, but she doesn't survive by overcoming the threat.
That's fair. She just gets lucky.
Yep, yep, literally that.
Yeah, he falls on his gun, it goes off in his side, and she just takes the money and leaves.
Yep. And then cut to them at a train station a couple months later, and he's alive.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He survived that shit.
The news report says, oh, yeah, he's alive. 2 burglars broke in, and he killed them both.
Yeah.
Nothing was reported stolen.
Yeah. So they have that conversation in the basement about how that's when they handcuff him, he's like, just take the money and get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to buy their shut up about the kidnapping.
I'd be like, no.
No. Everybody's going to know what you've done.
Yep.
Fuck. And then, so they're in like a restaurant by the train station, and that news story comes over the television. And then Rocky promptly displays how good of a parent she's going to be to her little sister, who she is now kidnapped, by just leaving her at the table they're at to go closer to the TV to watch a news story in a busy Los Angeles train station.
She's gone.
Yep.
Turn around, that girl's gone.
100%.
Roll
credits.
Yeah, but okay. Look, here's the comment. Here is my comment.
Bring it.
You're gonna tell me all these cops. By the way, the cops show up immediately as she's leaving the house. She runs across the street, and you can tell me the cops didn't see her running.
Okay, the cop fucking screams around the corner as she's still on the sidewalk.
Yep.
Running away from the house where the call came from.
Yep.
100% they'd go, there's the culprit.
We're in this abandoned neighborhood where there's nobody for blocks.
And somebody's running in black.
These cops come in the house. They don't go in the basement.
You're like the fuck room?
You're going to tell me they don't walk in there and go, smells like boiling cum. Like, what the fuck?
Never a good smell.
Hey, there's a lock on the wrong side of this basement door.
Nobody with nothing to hide has a house that smells like boiling cum.
That's right. So they didn't go in there and just see the fuck dungeon?
No, they must not have. They must not have also seen the false floor with the body underneath it, despite the fact that the panel is the scratchiest, fucking most scuffed up, dirtiest part of the whole basement floor. Hey, what's under that?
I don't know. I'm blind. Oh, that was there when I moved in, I tell you.
I don't know. I'm blind. Oh, shit.
All right. So don't breathe.
Don't breathe. Don't hold your hopes high.
Don't watch it.
Movie. You can watch it if you want. I mean, there's some enjoyable shit. I do like that they managed to make it 80% not boring despite only taking place in a house. I watched it, you know. I didn't yawn.
Yeah, no, they stretched that little house out enough to make it seem like it was a mansion.
So once they get in the basement, the house fucking quadruples in size.
It does.
That basement is like, it's got a 10-foot ceiling in the fuck dungeon.
It's got rooms and enough room for a labyrinth, a fuck dungeon, and a separate room to escape.
Yeah.
Which is cluttered with shit.
That's his hoarder room.
So what do you give it?
Out of 10, this movie got a 5 from me.
This movie got a 5.5 from me.
Hey, just a boilerplate average horror movie about a blind man who's John Wick.
And I did not need to see a turkey baster full of cum this morning.
Didn't need to see it early. Like I told you, I got up at 5. So I saw that turkey baster around 7:30.
Fuck. And I was thinking like noon was too early for a turkey baster full of cum.
No, I had to go outside and smoke a cigarette after I saw that shit.
Yeah, I definitely had to take a moment. I had to walk. I had to pace myself.
Anyway, good movie. Well, decent movie. Well, okay, average movie.
It was a movie.
Yeah, a movie.
I thought this was a Netflix original, but it's not on Netflix anymore.
No.
So they probably were like, let's not have so many turkey basters full of cum on our...
This movie fucking number 1 box office weekend. Don't know how.
I didn't even know it was in theaters.
And then it stayed top 10. Or number 1 box office weekend on release on platforms.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, I'll give it that. Sure.
And then stayed 10 for like weeks afterward.
Why?
Top 10. I have no idea.
For a movie with a turkey baster full of cum?
Yeah.
To be top in anything is quite an achievement. Considering in your film, a man heats up cum on a Coleman stove.
Yeah.
A propane-powered camping stove. To the appropriate temperature to revitalize the little cummies. Like without even
you used the bad word.
He's just guesstimating the appropriate temperature, not too hot, not too cold.
It's not like he can read it.
It's like the baby bear's porridge.
He doesn't even have a meat thermometer.
That's what I'm saying. Like he just
a skeet thermometer.
Oh! No! Not in this house.
Directly in this house.
You don't say that phrase.
I'm proud of myself. I've not been prouder all week.
A film. That's something there.
So
I don't even remember where I was going with that.
No, I don't know. Skeet thermometer. Total derailment.
Yeah.
So for your choices for movie for next week.
Okay.
I couldn't think of any that had to do with cum and a baster of turkey. So I just left that alone.
Bummer.
Mm-hmm. We got 3 themes, 4 movies.
Okay.
One of the themes, if you choose it, I'm going to let you pick between the 2 movies.
Okay.
We have films about or involving pregnancy.
Oh, shit.
We have overcoming disabilities.
Okay.
And we have fighting your way out of a place.
Okay. What was the first one again?
Pregnancy.
You know what? Let's go with pregnancy.
Okay.
That sounds pretty scary.
You get to choose between the unborn and the crazies.
Ooh, I haven't seen the crazies in a long time.
Then we're doing the fucking crazies. Have you seen the unborn?
I haven't seen the unborn either.
Oh, then we're doing the unborn.
All right, let's
If you haven't seen it.
I just know.
I jumped the gun.
That's okay. You know what? We'll do the one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the crazies is good.
The unborn. Odette Yustman. Eye candy. Also, Idris Elba.
And I know him from something.
Yeah. Charles Minor?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, he's in a lot of stuff, but he's also Charles Minor.
He's also Charles Minor.
The movies that you passed on are for fighting your way out, Green Room.
Okay.
And for overcoming disabilities, Planet Terror.
No! Oh, but she gets a nice fake leg in that movie.
She sure does get it.
Damn
the most
it.
useful fake leg in the history.
Oh my god, that's such
legs.
That's such a movie that you will never see, but when you see it, you're like, how the fuck did I never see this?
It's 100%.
How did a movie with God, what's his name? Because he's
Josh Brolin, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
He's not an actor anymore.
No, because he's got dementia.
So how did this Bruce Willis film slip by?
Oh, man.
It's such a good movie.
Because it was like a one part of a 2-parter, and a lot of people didn't like Death Proof. I did.
I liked them both. They were both great. I wanted another 2 Grindhouse films.
Absolutely.
I wanted
them to make the one where Nicolas Cage is an Asian warlord.
Yep, but
named Fu Manchu.
But instead you get Machete.
Yeah,
that's
great.
all, and that's it.
Thanks, Danny.
Just Machete.
I'm so actually you get it 3 or 4 times.
Probably, and you know what? It's tied into the Spy Kids universe.
Yeah, and Amber Heard is in it.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
She is though.
I watched the first one and I was like, oh, where's the Planet Terror? Where's the good stuff?
Why is this bad?
You know what? While we're here, last week when we did Ma, we almost did Mama.
Yes. So
I thought that would have been funny to do Ma, then Mama, and then we find another one's like Mama Ma.
Well, we watched Mamma Mia.
Mama, there you go. That's a triple threat right there. Ma, Mama, Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's.
That's also like a progression of emotion. You can feel the feelings change.
I like it.
Mama, Mamma Mia.
Oh shit! All right. So what's the movie? The Unborn.
The Unborn.
The Unborn.
Grindhouse Movie Club. We're doing ghosts.
See you next week.